Just made that last good play on defense. Walls, Dennis Thurman is starting, Clink Scale, and Michael Downs. Fellows didn't make the trip, of course. He has that injured knee, and he's back in Dallas. For about a 4-yard gain, Wilbert Montgomery's first carry, number 28.
Not a bad idea to run on 2nd down and long. To go ahead and see if you can't get 4 and 5 yards running and move it into that 3rd and 5 category. You get 3rd and 6 plus and that kind of thing, Dallas will probably come after him with some kind of a pressure rush. Either 1 guy, 2 guy, or 3 defensive backs.
We're right on the edge of that. 3rd down and 5. There's, of course, Wilbert Montgomery with his first carry, and there's the blue sport-coated Tom Landry. Just couldn't find a permanent position in Dallas. He's been there for 27 years. What a great coach. 3rd down and 5. Rick Kane is in there now. They're going to try to protect against the blitz. They're all out. Hit last time and overthrows Chadwick by a mile.
Dallas came up and faked the blitz, then backed out and played their regular coverage, and it might have just put a little pressure on on Hipple, you know, mentally. He sees them all up there. Do you see that running back move up and get in position there to pick him up?
Big advantage if Murray could put him on the scoreboard. This will be held at the 24.5-yard line. Gary Kipple will be holding, and of course Murray is about a 74% kicker from this distance. How does it look? It looks great for the people here. Number 3 is hot. The last kick he had against Dallas, he had 12 men on the field, and they still counted it. It's 3-0 Detroit. Well, 13:32 left in the first quarter. It's already 3-0 with an interception setting up the Murray field goal. Darrell Rogers, the new head coach here, has been in college as a head coach for like 20 years. Is that the same, Dick? You came from UCLA to the Eagles. What was that like as an adjustment?
Tom, it's a lot tougher to coach pro football. There's no bad football teams. There's no bad players. They're all good. It takes a better football coach, I think, to be successul in pro football than it does in college football.
Of course, your players aren't ineligible. If they can show up and are healthy, they can play. Murray's kick is high. That's Levette at the 2-yard line. A high kickoff. Should be good coverage, and he's tripped up at the 21-yard line. Don't forget, following this clam bake that we're having right here between Detroit and Dallas, coming up you'll have the Giants against Green Bay, or Atlanta, San Francisco, or the New Orleans Saints visiting the Mile High City of Denver, Colorado, or maybe Minnesota against Tampa Bay. And we know how Bud Grant's turned around that program just by coming back to training camp. Right now we have Danny White coming out, number 11. The numbers on there have 1 interception, which he just threw, and William Gay picked off on the first screen pass. 1st and 10, call it the 21-yard line. Quick drop going outside. Tony Hill has it. Steps out at the 30.5.
Danny White's actually throwing the ball pretty well when you consider he's wearing a flak jacket, you know, to protect his ribs. Here's a picture of it on the screen. Did you ever wear anything like that?
Gosh, I'd be afraid to. You know, in our days, if you wore that in the dressing room, you might get in trouble and stuff. He actually got hurt in the San Diego game in preseason, and he just picked up about almost 10 yards with that throw to Tony Hill, and Watkins didn't have him closely covered at all. It's 2nd and inches, right at the 30-yard line. Inside handoff, that's Newton. Wow, he goes for the 35-yard line in a hurry. Harrell making the tackle there, the inside linebacker. Now, scores from elsewhere, the Los Angeles Rams on top of the Eagles 7-0. Young Cunningham is playing for the Eagles in his first start, the rookie quarterback. Chicago 7-0 over New England. There are 2 good football teams going in the first quarter.
I'll bet that ends up being a heck of a football game.
That'll be good. 2 good defenses, a lot of number 1s, 2s, and 3s on those 2 squads. 1st and 10 for Dallas. They trailed 3-0. Quick drop outside, almost picked off. Intended for Tony Hill, and McNorton was there.
Tommy, we get here Friday to watch practice. McNorton's on the sideline, hadn't practiced all week, and here he is. Watch him the right-hand side of your screen, number 29. He backs up. Now watch him plant and drive and dissect that ball. Reach, dive, ball. Nice job. Really a nice job of playing defense. And you know one thing, he's not tired.
And he was injured in the first quarter, has a badly sprained ankle, but he's taped it up, and everybody's come to play for Detroit. Brings up at 2nd down and 10. Ball right on the 35, call it. They're into the eye. That's Dorsett. Hit hard. Back in the offensive pattern. Angelo King shot the gap. A loss of 1.5 yards for Dorsett.
Angelo King is a former Cowboy. He might have a little extra motivation going for him here today, Tom.
Amazing, the Dallas Cowboy program, and they checked in a Detroit hotel yesterday. There had to be 1,000 people with their young people down there to get autographs. They certainly are well known all over this country, all over the world, really. Third down and 12, facing Danny White in the office. They're having some problems. From the shotgun. White rushed, hits Dorsett. It's a fumble. Let's see. The flags are down. Hold the phone. Did Dorsett catch it and fumble it? Let's see what the call is.
You know, sitting up here, I didn't think he caught it. I didn't think he had possession.
Let's see. Detroit is clapping like they may have it.
Pass interference, number 33, offense, penalty decline, first down.
The referee is Jerry Seaman. He's told you they're offsetting.
You can see they're putting some pressure on Danny White with linebackers up inside. He lays the ball off right over the middle. I don't think he really had possession of that football.
The second turnover officially. The second turnover as Detroit has the football on the 36-yard line. First and 10. There's Chadwick in motion. Handoff. Wilbert Montgomery over the top. Montgomery to the 26. He's had some great days in the past for the Eagles against Dallas.
Yes, he has. You know, of course, I've seen him do it every time. He's great out of that I formation. You'll see him deep right to the right side of your screen. It's going to be a deep handoff. See the cutback hole inside number 70. Reese McCall, number 81, does a nice turnout job right there. Look at him go up over the top. Boy, love to see that guy run.
Right off the side where Dorney holds down that tackle position, the Pro Bowler. First and 10 rush. Montgomery into the middle, running hard to the 21-yard line. And Detroit is putting on pressure in the first period.
Whoop. Wilbert really gets himself ready to play, Cowboys, because in the Eagle program, we always set the Cowboys up as the team to beat. And we actually, over the years, developed a hate for him just as a motivational factor because we had so much respect for him. But Wilbert's carried the ball 211 times in his career against those guys for 901 yards.
A real hate, huh? Despise, yeah. Is that a good word?
But yes, you had to, just out of respect.
Second down and 6. Out of sheer necessity, Hipple is driving the Lions. They've gotten another break and turnover. Here's the play-action pass. Hipple with time. Going for the corner, and a touchdown. Chadwick. Chadwick had 2 touchdowns last week against Atlanta, but none bigger than that and at home. Murray now will try the extra point. He's got 157 in a row. For the extra point, the Hipple hole is scrambled, but it's good. 158 extra points in a row, and there's the man of the hour. From Great Valley State to the top of the world, it's 10-0. There's Chadwick, number 89. A 6'10" high jumper. And there's the man that threw it.
He just beat Walls on a post corner move. He took him inside like he's going to the post, then broke to the corner, and Walls actually gave up on it at the end. He was beaten so badly.
The personal foul call was on McCall, who was, of course, blocking at the tight end side of that extra point formation, and he must have literally fought back. That's a pretty tough place to be on the extra points anyway.
That guy, in talking to him, he says the only kind of coverage he doesn't like, this Chadwick there, number 89 in the middle of your screen, he doesn't like bump and run coverage, Tom, when they come up and press him. He says he's not physically strong enough to get away from it, but if you play him back off, he loves it.
Is this a good way to play Dallas? Obviously, getting out 10-0 is not bad.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this, in coaching against Tom Landry and his coaching staff, you cannot assume anything.
They've experienced everything through their great careers, haven't they?
That's right. I've seen them win more games with a minute to go in the fourth quarter than any team in football.
Poe and Levette are back now for Dallas. Eddie Murray will be kicking off. Here he is. Man from down south. I feel he's got to be in the top 2 or 3 kickers in the whole league. Here's that touchdown. Coach Vermeil.
Chadwick there is on the right-hand side of your screen, number 84. He's a good-looking guy. Now watch him make that move to the post. See him go way in there. Now come back to the corner. You see Walls, number 24. He beat him so bad, taking away the inside, he couldn't recover to take away the outside and cover it. There it is, touchdown.
Now
Both foot down.
They went single-O against the Washington receivers and seemed to cover them very well. In fact, one of the outstanding performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it was a different formation in this case. Remember, that was the 3 wide receiver formations and all that.
And it's a different day. Here's Eddie Murray's kickoff, a tremendous kick. Pole is going to be 8 yards deep, and he'll be told to touch it down. Murray's got this crowd fired up. And if you're a Dallas fan, you'll never forget he kicked the field goal as seconds ran out in 81 with at least 12 men on the field and maybe 20.
I think Tex Ram thought there was about 15 guys out there. Boy, would that upset you?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? I mean, I could have a heart attack right there.
The good Lord giveth, the good Lord taketh away sometimes. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Danny White's pro offense. That's a pro set behind him. Checking out. Across the middle, Cosby has it. Cosby to the 31 for a first down. August Curley hanging on. An interception and a fumble, both result in points.
You know, Tommy, the Bud Goody computer system that I subscribe to tells me that an interception, one more than your opponent gets, is worth 5 points in the winning margin. A fumble worth 3 points. Right now, we're up 10-0. The Detroit Lions are, so he's only 1 point off.
And 6 interceptions that Landry's team got against Washington makes the 30-point margin almost.
That's right.
I like the numbers. 1st and 10, the shift goes for the Dallas Cowboys. 1st and 10, out to Cosby again to the 37-yard line. Big target. Demetrius Johnson knocking the 6'6" tight end out of bounds.
Tom, Dallas has passed the ball on first down every time except the very first snap of the game. The game plan's starting to unfold really early in this first quarter.
And it brings up 2nd and pretty short to go. 2nd and 3 coming up now as White is beginning to sort of settle everything down. The Monday night blues are over, fellas. We got to play a tough team here today. The lone back is Tony Dorsett. Long call, straight drop by Danny White. Across the middle, Cosby catches his 3rd pass in a row to the 40-yard line of Detroit. Graham just is undersized. Of course, everybody is against Cosby. He's 6'6", 248.
That was a double zone. Now there's a little action to freeze the linebackers on the part of Danny White right there. The little back crossed in front of him there. Cosby gets down the hole because the linebacker let him off the line of scrimmage cleanly. He's right in between the 2 deep safeties. Will Hall, number 33, gives him lunch. Nice play by Danny White and Cosby.
And Graham, of course, is 5'11", 191, and he's got to give away about 6 inches at least. 1st and 10. The Cowboys are moving and they're winging it. Lone back is Dorsett. He gets the misdirection off the right side. Dorsett barely tripped up inside the 35 by Johnson, and that was almost to the sidelines and see you later.
He darn near got through there, as you'll see on ground level right here. Watch the offensive guard. Titans are number 63, right to the right of your screen. Here he comes, number 63, the BYU graduate, blocks on Jim Williams. Paul Garrett goes up inside number 75 at 6'9", 280 pounds, leading through. Almost popped him through there.
You almost had him at UCLA for a while, didn't you?
Titans, sir. He was there for 2 years.
2nd down and 4. Good block, and Tony Dorsett almost wins. Here's the play-action pass. For Tony Hill, who has it at the 20. Spins and is now wrapped up by 2 Lions. Watkins and Graham. Good-looking move downfield by number 80.
You know what his best move was, though, Tom? It was a move in vertical depth. He pushed deep. There's play action. You'll freeze the linebackers. See that Harrell, number 58, take the run fake. Now watch right here in the middle of your screen. See him push all the way down. Now come back and catch that ball. Great timing. He goes high for the ball and gets it tucked away. He faked in vertical depth. He pushed that corner off him.
They said he really wants to come back and play, and he's been one of the great clutch receivers in big games.
Drove me
crazy. Drove you crazy. He's driving Detroit crazy now. The Lions trailing 10-0 are driving. Inside Dorsett. Not much. Stacked up by that 34 at the 17. Harrell, the linebacker, plugging well.
Of course, driving me crazy as a coach was a short trip. You know?
Especially against Dallas.
Yeah, very short trip.
I thought Tony Dorsett last night, when we sat with him, was very relaxed and his composure was good and he made sense.
If you were making his money, you'd make sense. Right, Tom?
He said the worst thing, though, was thinking maybe he wouldn't be back with the team, you know?
That's right.
The holdout.
He likes the new boxing schemes, too. More man-to-man physical, getting after him.
He is in good shape for somebody that hasn't been to training camp. Right to the outside, and it's going to be called good at the 7-yard line. McNorton trying to keep Mike Renfro from getting the feet down. Wow, what a catch. If that one is a good catch, that's some catch.
There he is, right to the left of your screen, 82, Mike Renfro. Watch him drive in, break for the out. Bobby McNorton, Bruce McNorton, 29, driving on the ball. He goes for it right there. Is he inbounds? We better look from another angle. Let's see if we can see that right to the right of your screen. He's inbounds. He's inbounds. Good call, Mr. Official, sir.
And he was right on top of it. Mike Renfro being helped off on the Dallas sideline. First and 10. First and goal. Flags are down. Let's see what happened on that. Gonzalez was the motion man who's in for Mike Renfro. Jerry Seaman.
False start prior to the snap. Number 63, offense, still first down.
You can see right here in the middle of your screen, both the left guard, Titans and left tackle moved a little bit early. Can't do that, guys.
I thought offensive linemen did that all the time. Oh, okay.
It's not like Dallas to do that.
Anticipate the count. It's still first and goal, but it's now back on the 12-yard line. Renfro's back in the game, number 82, who made the dazzling catch to the bottom of the screen. Danny White on the roll. He's got some time. It's almost intercepted. Number 33, William Graham, spiked it and almost made a great, great interception.
Boy, I tell you, Danny White took a shot in the back from William Gay, number 79. You'll see Danny White right here. He's back in there. You can barely find him. He rolls a little bit to his left. Now watch the hit. Boom. 280-pound defensive lineman really gave him a shot. Will goes up for it, number 33 there, and almost gets his own batted ball.
Of course, Graham played his college ball at Texas. There's a little bit of feeling there, I'm sure, too. He's had a real good first quarter. 6:45 left in the first period. 10-0 Detroit over Dallas. Dallas has got it moving right now. Second down, 11 to go for a touchdown. Inside, Newton hit hard. Looks like Doug English and company. Jimmy Williams, the linebacker. Williams out of Nebraska with great speed.
They were in a nickel defense that time with 4 down linemen changing up. See the 4 down lineman right in the middle of your screen. Jimmy Williams, number 59, attacking the center, does a nice job on Rafferty, takes on the fullback and stuffs him right on the line of scrimmage. Nice play, Mr. Williams.
Was Detroit anticipating the pass on that?
They must have, because down there, that's long yardage. That's second and 12, second 11 yards to go.
Third down and 11 to go for a touchdown. A shotgun. Danny White's the receiver now. The blitz is on, but it's intercepted. Intercepted. William Graham takes the ball to the bench. It's 10-0 Detroit.
William Graham right here in your screen. Excuse me, our chalkboard is not working real well, but you'll see him right there in the middle of your screen playing inside Cosby, number 84. He comes underneath him right there and picks him off. Danny White was under an awful lot of pressure at that time. Tom, watch the pressure. Look at here. I don't think anybody could throw the ball real well in this situation. Look at him. That's a tremendous hit.
Alvin Hall coming with the blitz from the outside, huh?
Yes, safety blitz to the other side. 2
interceptions, one by Gay, the defensive end, and one by William Graham, the safety man. It's first and 10 from the 20. Detroit dodges the bullet. Inside hand, Wilbert hit hard at the line of scrimmage. and the Cowboys are getting mad.
You know, Tom, the Redskins coming off the Monday night great game. They may be a little bit down mentally right now, and Detroit is doing a hell of a job, I think, of getting them re-fired up by playing so well right now.
You're getting me fired up, Coach. I'm ready to go myself.
Oh, hey, now, come on. Let's not get too excited here.
There's not enough Novocaine around to get me out there to play anymore. 2nd down and 9. Good defensive play by Dutton. As we said, there's quality on that line of scrimmage. Those 4 people are all #1 drafts. 2nd down and call it 9. Hipple in the I formation is Detroit. The roll outside. Hipple setting up, going outside and overthrowing Leonard Thompson, who was closely covered by Walls and Clinkscale both.
They came back with the same corner pattern that they scored the touchdown on earlier in the ball game and tried it again out here in the open field, and it didn't work. Walls was sitting off there now, almost looking for it.
Rams 10, Philadelphia 3, and that's not in the 2nd period yet. Robinson's team is getting the click. If they get Dickerson back, look out. 7-all, Cincinnati and St. Louis. 2 good football teams in that one. What a day for football here on CBS. 3rd down and 9. Got to be careful time. Mr. Hipple. Jones is down the backfield. He finds the tight end. Enough, I believe, for a 1st down.
It's going to be close, Tom.
McDonald made a good catch, and Hipple really laid that one on the tight end's hand.
You know, the big rookie #1 draft choice, Lomas Brown, number 75, playing left tackle, did a nice job. Look at the left side of your screen. He's blocking another #1 draft choice. Look at the protection time. A lot of time to throw the ball.
McDonald, acquired from Los Angeles, makes his first reception in the Hawaiian blue and silver. That's not too bad for a 1st down to get out of the hole. A 10-0 lead with 4:35 left in the 1st. Detroit has come to play. 1st and 10. Ball right on the 30. Hipple is the quarterback in a close battle with Ferguson in preseason. He won Darrell Rogers' starting 9. On the eye. Quick drop outside. And Thompson. Thompson to the 42-yard line. Walls a little late getting there. Leonard Thompson has really world-class speed, too.
Here he is right here. It's a little hitch pass, driving straight upfield. Now watch him turn right back to the quarterback. Remember this, fans. He was a fine running back in college, and he can make people miss. Dennis Thurman, number 32, doesn't do a good job. Here comes Rohr, number 50, and finishes him off.
Arizona State boy doing his job. Another 1st down for Detroit. Out of danger somewhat. Attacking the Dallas front four. Oh, good play defensively. Ed Jones stops Wilbert Montgomery for at least 1-yard loss.
Detroit would be smart, I think, using my experience in the past of playing the Cowboys, to throw a lot of those high-efficiency things on 1st down. Try to get to that 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 3 situation, then run it.
Now they're in trouble. 2nd down and 11. I think Wilbert Montgomery would agree with you, particularly after that last call. 3:11 in the 1st period. A shocking quarter. 10-0 Detroit. The 4 quarters make a football game, however. Chadwick's in motion. Misdirection. Jones out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. Mike Hegman riding him down.
Randy White is the guy that really made the play on that one, though. Hegman helped him out, but Randy White came from the backside of the play away from it and really got after him. That guy is maybe the finest defensive lineman in football.
Weighing 272 pounds now, and of course he's been all-pro 7 straight times. Detroit 10, Dallas nothing. A field goal by Eddie Murray and a touchdown catch by Chadwick. 3 turnovers by Dallas, and you're caught up to date. It's 2:20 in the 1st period. 3rd down and 10. Dangerous call for the Lion quarterback Hipple. Inside shuttle to Thompson, who drops the football. Leonard Thompson simply looked away, and the ball was not thrown.
Still should have caught it.
Yeah.
Should have caught the ball. He might have looked up and saw Victor Scott, number 22, inside him right there and didn't want any part of it. Here he is. You can see that.
Sort of a little under pattern, huh?
I tell you, when you're coming down underneath people like that, you have a natural tendency, and it takes great discipline not to take your eyes off that ball. I mean, it really does.
Mike Black has a 45-yard average against Atlanta a week ago. Leon Gonzalez, the brilliant rookie. He also has speed. Be careful.
That's why they call him Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez, that's right. Fourth down, and call it 10. Here's Black's kick. It is not a great kick, but it's got a fair hang time. Gonzalez at the 24 takes it and is spun down right in his tracks. A dangerous hang time of 3.8. A 28-yard punt. About a 1-yard return. Detroit 10, Dallas nothing. We're a little bit surprised that rather than the Monday Night Blues, I think this might be the hometown opener for Rogers' new team. Maybe the guys are just playing real well for Detroit.
Yeah, and they've had the turnovers, and it's way too early, of course, to determine the outcome or predict it. But having coached against the Cowboys for so long, just watch. And then it's going to be a very tight, intense game here in the fourth quarter.
I like it. We got 2:04 left in the first. Danny White is 8 of 11. 2 interceptions, however, and obviously no cigar yet. Motion man is Renfro coming through the formation. Toss to the weak side. It's Dorsett. Dorsett breaks out. Cody Dorsett knocked out of bounds around the 39-yard line by William Graham, who's a very busy secondary man.
We're going to try this chalkboard again, see if it's working right now. You're going to see the man going in motion across the screen. Evidently, it's not working right now. Sorry, fans. We've been known to have a few technical problems with that. He breaks in that seam. Nice block, kick out, nice lead.
Dorsett running rather easily. Remember, he didn't get much practice at all before he opened against Washington. He had 70 yards rushing only a few days ago, and he said he was darn sore. First and 10 after Dorsett blast of 10 yards. Out over the 42-yard line, Timmy Newsom. Big man with speed, straight ahead. Eric Williams making the tackle there, the second-year defensive end that Doug English thinks is going to be a tremendous 34 player at defensive end. There he is, number 76. Bulked himself up to 280 pounds. And Doug English says, you're going to start playing, whether you like it or not.
Doug English, I'll tell you, he's as a journeyman player and a consistent player as there is.
Second down and 7 on the 41. White falls down. He's okay. Nobody touched him down. That's a completion. Newsom has it close to a first down at the 49. Nobody touched the quarterback down. He could get back up on his own. Let's see if it's a first. It's short of midfield. Fast thinking.
See the line flex like that, go up and down. That sort of throws the rush off. He picks up the ball. He trips right there. Most of the time, they trip on the center's foot as he comes out. That's what happens most of the time in a ball game on the practice field. The quarterback, many times, Tom, will step forward with one foot. The center's coming back, and he'll step on it.
Career numbers. These two teams have not played each other a lot. Last time, as we said, was up here in '81. Tom Landry, he remembers that day. Probably has tried to blot that from his mind. Third down and less than 1.
I don't think you ever forget those days. You just learn to live with it.
Try to put them somewhere deep in the computer bank and not call upon them. Dallas 0-2 on these third down conversions. Of course, on Monday night, they shocked the Redskins, who we think is really a good football team. Short yardage formation, the power I. Newsom and then Dorsett. Dorsett on the toss behind Newsom's block. Dorsett into Detroit territory to the 48. Power football. Dallas is never accused of power football.
Watch Jimmy Williams, number 59, pursue to the ball. He's going inside out on it. He gets picked off. Nice block by the offensive lineman. Tony turns up inside and gets the first down.
Peterson picking up that block on the linebacker made the first down. Just into Detroit territory. 20 seconds, closing seconds now of the first quarter, and it's been a surprising Detroit period. 10-0. 2 interceptions and a fumble on the Dallas offensive side. Here's White on first down. Play action. He's got a lot of time. Oh, Cosby has it go in and out of his hands at the 45, and Tony Hill was running free at the 10-yard line.
Denny came off the deep post pattern a little bit too soon, and he really had him. He uses a little play-action fake to freeze. Look at Curly, number 50, going in there on the rush. 58, right there, August Curly Weather is tied up in there. Excuse me, that's James Harrell. Look how open Tony Hill is there on the corner post move. Look at him. Oh, he's saying, you didn't get me the ball.
And they always do that when they're open down there.
Yeah.
They never let you forget it. Second down and 10. Last play of the first period is about to be snapped off. Double wing, inside handoff to Dorsett. Dorsett gets a block. Now he's dumped at the 47-yard line by Clarence Chapman. And what a period of Detroit football. Detroit 10, the Dallas Cowboys nothing. Well, this beautiful Silver Dome here in Pontiac, Michigan, it's about 10 years old. In fact, they're having the anniversary this year, but back in March they had what they called a freak storm here in Michigan, and the roof was just torn up and collapsed right inside. They've redone it for you people that are gourmets. That's a Teflon-coated bag that's over this beautiful building. Cost of $50 million a few years ago, and one of the great playing areas in the whole world, really, one of the great in this country.
This is one of the great places to do a game, you know. I mean, we ought to have hors d'oeuvres and cocktails if they're so comfortable. You know?
It was so comfortable that Danny White had 2 interceptions. They fumbled once, and the Cowboys trailed 10-0. Now it's 3rd down and 7 to start this second period, and that's the shotgun. 3rd down and 7. Outside quickly, Tony Hill has it, and steps out at the 34.5-yard line of Detroit. Alvin Hall there. Remember this Detroit secondary, these kids are really playing hurt.
Well, they weren't even on the field this week in practice. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, they were on the bench watching Friday's practice, all bandaged up. One guy, who was at Watkins, number 27, he was on crutches.
And Galloway, the fellow that went in and played corner against the Atlanta team so well, broke his arm in the 4th period of last week's game, so he couldn't be counted on. So McNorton and Watkins are playing hurt and playing pretty darn well. 1st and 10. Good catch by Tony Hill. Will Hill. The handoff. Dorsett breaks off the block to the 20, to the 14, 13-yard line, tumbling. Good open field tackle by William Graham, or he would have scored.
Cross formation draw play. Tony read the draw block real nice by his offensive left tackle. Tony's going to cross the screen. Number 33. See him now. Now the block. Now see the lead block. Number 30. Newsom gets a nice block. Look at that hole, Brookie. You could run in that one. Look at now. A little move there. Graham does a nice job of blocking him down. Watch the offensive left side of the line here. Oh, no time. Let's get back to the ball game.
And the Cowboys only averaged 107 yards rushing all last year. It looks like they're tuned up behind that healthy offensive line. 1st down call outside the door. Then he drops the ball. That may be a lateral. They've got to be careful of that one. Might have been a little forward, but you've got to be very careful on the outside that those aren't a lateral.
Dallas is one of the better screen teams in football, and Detroit is very alert today with the screens. It was a screen earlier in the game that they intercepted. Now see Dorsett going to the right of the screen. There he is. He's out there. He has 2 linemen out there to block for him. Cooper, number 61. He was going out there to block, but no ball, no catch.
And just remember that Dorsett and his agents, they all held out together for quite a while, and he hasn't had a lot of action, and that finesse stuff might be the last part to come back. 2nd down and 10. The ball is down there on the 15-yard line. The blitz is on, and Danny White is sacked. No fumble. Alvin Hall from the outside on the blitz. Darrell Rogers doesn't get excited about anything.
He's going to come off the right side of your screen. I'm surprised that Danny White did not see the blitz coming. You can see the rush coming up inside, number 50, August Curley. Now see it from the right side of your screen. Boom. Boy, I'll tell you, that's tough. You should be able to see that on your first step out from underneath the center. An experienced quarterback, that is.
Wayne Fonts is the coordinator. He used to be with Tampa Bay. He's got a little bit of a blitz package today, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
3rd down and 21. A bad throw, and it's caught anyway at the 5-yard line by Mike Renfro. was a mallard.
I can't believe on 3rd and 21 you can get that ball down in there, but Renfro and the running there right, number 82, see the single coverage up underneath. Now he turns around, he's getting help with the safety. He catches the ball right up between the safety and Watkins, 27. A super catch. I'll tell you, that guy comes to play.
And he did a hang job up there of about 4 seconds just waiting for the ball to get there. It was not thrown beautifully. Ray Renfro's son, and that's good genetics.
Yeah. He knows what a Dallas football looks like. He was the ball boy when his dad was a player.
I used to chase his father into the end zone a lot. I'm on a lot of replays of the old man scoring. Number 82, what a catch. Dallas is threatening. Hey, it's Detroit 10-0. Takes the first down to the 3.
It wasn't a first down.
Not where the officials placed the ball. Dorsett had to use all of his skills to get it.
More than skill, he had to use his speed that time. I thought he was going to get trapped in the backfield.
Tony D is shaking his head like, how long can they string out a play going wide?
Here he comes, getting outside. Now you can see Demetrius Johnson, 21, chasing him inside out. He just made that thing.
Heidenser was out in front, but barely, but that's good. First and goal from the 3. Inside handoff. Flags are down. Did somebody jump early? It appeared so. That was Newsom.
Illegal substitution. Number 75 did not report.
Posderick did not report, and Landry's not sure the call was right.
Posderick was in the game. The guy that didn't report was 66, Chris Schultz. Chris Schultz, the big guy, goes to left tackle. Posderick moves to tight end.
Jim Myers is all the way out in the field, and Landry, I don't think I've ever seen Tom out that far in the middle of the field. He wants a clarification, and is not getting any.
Jim Myers, the longtime offensive line coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's the kind of team you want to coach when you can't get the players off the field.
Gil Brandt's getting into the act now.
I think that's Cornwell, the big tight end. They finally got off. Hang in there. This game is getting exciting. 10-0, Detroit. Cooled off and composed. The Cowboys come up on 1st and 8. First down and 8. Landry was not satisfied, but he tried to get an explanation for that last penalty. Newsom is the motion man coming inside. Outside, quickly, to Dorsett. Dorsett to the 2-yard line. White got the ball right to him. And Harrell, the linebacker, barely made the tackle on Tony D.
Tony Dorsett's flipping right out of the backfield to the right side of your screen. They had a double slant pattern going on outside, which Tom many times ends up being a double pick down in there that tight, but Detroit wasn't playing that tight of coverage.
It amazes me that Tony Dorsett is the 4th all-time leading receiver in the Dallas Cowboys history. We don't even think about him catching the ball, but you can see he does. It's 2nd down and 2. Second goal from the 2. The fake by Danny White. Is he going to run it? He throws, and it's out of the end zone, intended for Cosby. Good defense. Good defense. A lot of pressure put on by Kofer, the big linebacker. He's 6'5", playing linebacker, and he got right in White's face.
They run a little play-action fake right here, and now we watch him naked bootleg right out to the right. Kofer, number 55, can run like a deer. He puts the heat on him. They weren't counting on him coming from the backside like that, Tom. That play is designed to work in front of the quarterback, and he doesn't expect that guy from behind him.
3rd down and 2. You saw the conversions, 2 of 5 for Dallas. They have no points yet. Pro set, inside move. Newsom, no! At the 1-yard line, he stopped. Michael Kofer, number 55. shoulder to shoulder.
It was very intense in there. You see Graham, number 33, working up. He's just a defensive back. He's going up to get his pads on him. He says, hey, I can hit like a linebacker. Then the defense really rallies. I'll tell you, if they can stop him here, this is a great confidence builder, Tom.
Tom Landry is not going for the field goal. The Dallas Cowboys trail 10-0. 4th down and a yard. Short yardage. Newsom. The Lions have held on the 1-foot line.
You can see that he definitely did not get in. He's hit. He's trying to get up into the end zone now right there, and he was hit right before he could leap and get up over the top. No, not even close, Tom.
That new 34 defense is something. It's 10-0 still. Well, there's the broad back of Bach, who made that great defensive play down close. 16 plays and no points for the Cowboys. And Hippel's going to try to get some room. He sneaks it out to about the 2 or 3 yard line. Randy White in there along with Lockhart.
Here's another look at a goal line stand. The right side of your screen, number 58, Harrell, the linebacker. Kurt, that's it. Number 65, the right guard. Kurt Peterson gets out and blocks him. Steve Bach works up underneath the play and puts it down. There he is. He must be an excited man right now.
Another excited man might be one of our 75,000 here. The commissioner, Pete Rozelle, is here with Mr. Ford watching the Detroit game. And I'll tell you, the Lions have opened at home in style so far. It's 10-0, 9:54 left before halftime. 2nd down and 8, facing Hippel. Straight handoff, a little bit of a misdirection, and Kane comes out to the 8.5 yard line.
You should not be able to make cutback runs like that one, Tom, against the flex defense. It is normally very tough to do that because it is designed to fill the gaps and prevent those kind of plays.
And Landry said that a lot of the sophistication is on defense these days. You've got to disguise everything, don't you?
That's
use
right.
Different fronts. Detroit doing an exceptional job. What a game plan they put together under new coach Darryl Rogers. 3rd down and 2. On the 9, Hippel back to throw, going deep, trying for Chadwick and overthrowing Chadwick, who was bumped a little bit at the 30-yard line by Thurman.
Must be calling incidental contact now. Coming off the line of scrimmage, Chadwick pushing down there. He's got it. Thurman turned. Thurman not the... It's actually offensive bump, not a defensive bump, because he ran right into him.
Dennis Thurman's a crafty corner man. He got right in his way.
Now look at Chadwick. He's turning, he's pointing. Thurman's a pretty smart corner. Rather play safety, I think, but he's a pretty smart corner.
Mike Black is in the end zone, kicking out of the Lions end zone off the blue. Be careful time against the Cowboys. The brilliant Leon Gonzalez waits on the Dallas 45. This is not a good punt. Black gets it on the ground, bounces at the 46-yard line. It'll be touchdown at the 47. Dallas will get the football. They still haven't gotten any points. A 39-yard punt. Scores from elsewhere around the NFL today. Second week of this 1985 season.
Must be a shutout.
Yeah, so far. As we wait for those scores to come up, and scores of other games.
Boy, that's a beautiful place. Look at that end zone shot right there.
There's one.
10-6. The Rams are hey, game's getting tighter. The old Eagles coming on.
Eagles are back on there. One of those scores for the Rams is an 80-yard punt return by Henry Allard, one of the best. Miami 6, Indianapolis nothing. Indianapolis playing much better this year. The Jets 7-3 over Buffalo, and they're almost at halftime in that battle for New York. Here we have a 10-0 game. The Cowboys, Washington 16, Houston 3 in the second quarter. Here the Cowboys just took 6:20 off the clock and ran 16 plays and were kept from the goal line with a good goal line stand by the Lions. And They're setting up this time in Detroit territory. Here's Danny White. Throwing on first down and hitting Tony Hill at the 35. Hill knocked back to the 37.
That shows you how important a punter being able to punt out of his own end zone efficiently is. You know, Mike Black did not do a good job that time, and here they are sitting on the plus side of the 50-yard line. That's a short field.
There's a lot of pressure on punters and, of course, kickers all the time, but this year in particular, don't you think the punters really have to perform with that 45-man squad? They've got to be really a good punter.
I believe you're right, Tom. You know, of course, a punter has to be good at any time, but when he has to be at his best is when he's kicking out of his own end zone.
Good point, Coach. First and 10 on the 36-yard line. 12-yard pickup by the Cowboys. Newsom dances inside, makes a good cut over the 35 to the 33.
You know, there's a little war starting to brew on the field between Paz Derrick, the left tackle, number 75 for the Cowboys, and William Gay, the defensive right end, number 79. They've had their arms up and looked like they were going to go a round or two about 3 times already.
Hope we get to sign them if they have a fight. The one thing that Tom Landry was talking about last night to us was that he's finally got a young offensive line that's not only healthy, but it's gigantic in size. And he said we can move people around now. Second down and 9. Detroit not giving away much. Dorsett's gone in motion. The blitz is on. White unloads it, and it's going to be caught. It's a good catch. A diving catch by Renfro, and that's the second superb catch he's made today.
Randy took a shot. He might have to come out of there. Hogelboom is looking for his helmet right now.
Danny White did a quick read on that, and the safety blitz was coming. Is that the way quarterbacks converse? Do they just give signals?
Here's the catch right to the sideline. You know, the fans booed, but he's definitely in bounds. Both knees were in bounds even.
Danny White, a tough hombre, make no mistake about it. He's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. The coach said that without any hesitation. First and 10, White back. Dumps it over, knocked away. Beautiful play by Jimmy Williams. Reaching around Cosby.
Jimmy Williams is a real gifted athlete. He goes all the way back to walking on, not recruited at Nebraska.
Now you believe
to
that?
being a #1 draft choice. I think that's
you believe
a great
he just
example.
walked out there and asked Osborne to play?
His brother went with him. Toby, he's playing defensive end at New England. You know, I think that's really an inspiration for youngsters. You don't have to always be the guy with a scholarship to end up being the player.
Second down and 10 on the 25-yard line. Cowboys have been shut out so far. It's 10-0 Detroit. Going after him. Reads the blitz, dumps it outside, and overthrows Renfro and Bobby Watkins. Boy, that 37 defense that Fonts came in with looks like it's going to be gobbled up in this Motor City.
Fonts with his little cigar. He doesn't have his cigar right now, but wasn't that a great impression that Dennis Thurman did of his old college coach last night? Dennis Thurman, playing in the secondary for the Cowboys, was coached by this man through college. And he really is a unique personality, that guy.
And Wayne said that they used to beat themselves by being too sophisticated. Now they just want to strap it on and go get the Cowboys. Play them even. There's a down 4 rush. The rush is on. White reads it and overthrows Tony Hill at the 12-yard line.
Here's a case of really the rush being picked up and letting him throw the ball in time, and he rushed the throw. He didn't have to throw the ball, Tom, as quickly as he did, and therefore he threw it inaccurately. He should have taken his time. He has enough experience to take a little more time there and recognize when he has to or doesn't have to let it go.
And Tony Hill was open. He had enough room to make the kick.
Oh, yes, he definitely did.
Raphael Septien, one of the most accurate kickers in the game, from the 42. It'll be a 42-yarder.
He's 46% in his career from this distance.
Hogenboom hole. It's on its way. It is no good. It was wide right. Detroit hold. It's 10-0. Don't tell me there's not a special frat. Look at Saxon, the young punter, standing with Septien by themselves as Ward, the conditioning coach, Sort of stands there. That's a different world.
A field goal kicker, when he misses one, needs a friend, and normally it's the punter. Normally it's the punter.
A great kicker for the Cowboys, Septi, and that's just a little beyond his range, perhaps, at 42.
He should make it. He should make that.
First and 10. Hippel back with 6:53 left before halftime. That's Jones. Caught 77 passes a year ago, but he really hurt himself warming up that thigh, and we thought maybe he wouldn't play at all today.
Well, it must have been a bad pull. It must have been just a strain.
Number 1 draft. What a great all-purpose player to have with Wilbert Montgomery in your backfield. Before halftime, Bears lead New England 7-0.
They got that defense humming, huh?
They had a 32-yard pass, McMahon to McKinnon, the only score, and that's not an off track. It's good weather in New England. Second down and 7. The ball on the 28. Quickly outside. Hippel to Jones. Jones to the 50 into Dallas territory to the 46-yard line.
He should never be out there that cleanly. Evidently, Hagman, number 58, blew the coverage. You can see Cleanscale, number 47, going inside with a tight end, Reese McCall. There's Hagman, 58. He got fouled up in his pass drop, turned the fullback loose. Here he is. I would have to fault Hagman, number 58, for this. Now you got a truck horse here, 235 pounds. Bad tackle right there by Dexter Cleanscale, number 47. Good moves by James Jones.
A 36-yard reception by James Jones. He had 125 total yards against Atlanta last week. First and 10 on the 46. The quick roll, reverse the throw. And Chadwick broke his pattern off. And Hippel is dropped at the 45.
Jesse Penn, number 59, playing right outside linebacker, got some heat on Hippel and forced him to throw it. They had dog coverage, meaning man-to-man. If he'd have had time, he might have had a big one right there.
Well, Jesse Penn has speed.
They're really high on that guy. Number 59, Jesse Penn. 8 career pass interceptions as a linebacker, setting a school record for a person other than a secondary man catching, interceptions.
Virginia Tech,
yeah.
Good football school. Second down and 10, following Hippel's brush with death. Here's the misdirection fake. Hippel with a lot of time. Good throw to Chadwick. Chadwick reversing, going to the 23-yard line.
Excellent call by the quarterback, Coach Bob Baker. Now you'll see the receiver on the top of your screen coming underneath the coverage. It's a double zone coverage. He gets back underneath right there, 47. Dexter Cleanscale, see the big hole? He's not covered tightly because he's in the heart of a zone. The play action throws everybody else. Now he's a running back. Dennis Thurman has to make the play, number 32.
23 yards, Hippel to Chadwick. First and 10 on the 23-yard line. Going in. 10-0 Detroit. Hippel straight back. He's being chased, and now he's going to unload it on the run and overthrows. I believe Leonard Thompson was the nearest receiver.
That was an impromptu. Every receiver has a scramble rule, and the pattern breaks down and the quarterback starts to leave the pocket. They all have an assigned spot to head to, and in that case, I'd say Leonard Thompson went to the right spot. He headed to the end zone.
Coach, can I ask you a question? How good is the offensive blocking? Because they don't seem to put much pressure on Hippel.
You can see right now he has good time. He's looking over to the left. He doesn't get what he wants. He's looking for the corner pattern. It's doubled inside and outside. Now he gets scrambling to the right. Look at Chadwick, 39 on your screen. Ooh, inches away from a big one.
I don't think Chadwick was open. I believe they were laying off and going to pick off that pass.
They had him I-0.
Good call, Coach. We'll talk about that offensive blocking because the Lions have really done a pretty good job. Second down and 10. Hippel outside to Chadwick. There's a flag down. Chadwick gets to the 10-yard line, but there's a flag thrown at the 30-yard line. And Randy White's in the fight. That's why the blocking perhaps has been so effective.
Darrell Rogers does not like to have the headset on, Tommy.
Holding, number 72, offense, still second down.
He doesn't like to have the headset, he says, because he loses the flow of the game. He doesn't like the play-by-play situation. Here's the holding. Randy White, 54. Now here's Jeff Coat, number 77. I didn't really see a good holding penalty in that one. Did you, Tom?
Well, they called Dietrich, but I thought Randy White was the one that was probably doing the punching out there.
I've known an official that made a mistake from time to time.
Oh, not many. Jeff Coat was the person held on that stunt. Second down and 20 on the 33-yard line. The draw play. Oh. Jones smothered by Jeff Coat. That's the Arizona State guy that Darrell Rogers used to coach.
Yeah. They really like him here. I've never really seen or read materials by Tom Landry in regard to being so excited about a player like number 77, Jim Jeffcoat. See him at the top of your screen. He comes in on a stunt. See him? He's coming in after the quarterback, gets the draw. But Tom Landry is really open about how much he likes this guy's effort and his attitude toward playing the game.
Remember, he was second in sacks only to Randy White last year. He had 11.5 on what they call an off year in Dallas. Most people would love to go 9-7.
Coming after.
Third down and 21. Hipple to McCall. Far short of anything needed for a first down.
Great strategy on the part of the Dallas Cowboys. They know that the Detroit Lions use a hot receiver when they run those safety blitzes. They brought the blitz, they dumped it off, and they tackle them because they have so far to go, they can't possibly make the first down on a little lookie.
I think Coach Landry and Jim Myers, you see there, realize that the new Coach Rogers has a pretty darn good game plan. He's going to stay with it. Here's Murray's second field goal attempt. It'll be a 46-yarder if it's good. There's a flag down. Let's see who it's on. But that kick was dead solid, perfect.
He's 64% in his career from that distance, so it's not a surprise that he made it.
He's a tough little egg, too, you know it?
Yes, he is.
177 pounds.
He's over 60%.
Offside, number 22, defense, penalty decline, field goal is good.
Victor Scott, the back, was offside. 13-0. Detroit.
He knows it's good. He knows it's good.
Giving that extra effort makes winners. Be all you can be. Sponsored by the U.S. Army. The highest-rated quarterback in
That's what we're going to be in our next life. We're going to come back as an agent, right? Number 3, kicking Levette and Poe, two brilliant young people for the Cowboys, will be waiting for this run back. My hand is up from the 35. This is a high kick, very, very high. That is Poe at the 9. Poe looking for the wedge, and it disappears. Number 36, Meade, the running back, made a good tackle. One of the fiercest rivalries in college football will be renewed next Saturday when the Georgia Bulldogs battle the Clemson Tigers. You know you can expect hard hitting in that one. These two teams go. They've split the last 3 meetings. Don't get mad at me for not knowing math. That means that each one has won and they've had one tie. Georgia, though, came from behind last year to win 26-23. Don't miss it. Clemson, Georgia. Saturday at 3:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific on CBS Sports. From the 14-yard line, first and 10, Danny White. The screen pass to Dorsett. He's got blockers. Good defensive play. Harrell, the linebacker, somehow got under the blockers and made the stop.
Danny White's getting knocked around a little back there. Now, this is a screen. Granted, they're going to let some people get after him, but big Bill Gay, number 79, old Will Gay, beats Posderick to the outside. He gets the screen pass off, but he still accepts the punishment. That grows on you there in that third and fourth quarter. I'll tell you, I think Dallas is sleepwalking. Mentally, they're not in it right now.
Could be. Second down and 7 on the 18th. White across the middle. Dorsett short of the first down at the 22. He's grabbed and held on by Angelo King, former friend. Danny White's first play was a screen intercepted by William Gay, and that's the way Dallas started, and it's really been sort of downhill this first half.
I think that it's a mental down. You have to give Detroit credit for playing as well as they're playing. But Dallas is not the same football team we saw play Monday night, nor that I saw And you saw play on film this weekend prior to today.
I don't think Detroit's the same team I saw play Atlanta last week either.
Hey, good point, Coach. Good point.
But if you're going to get ready to play somebody, now you mentioned, Dick, that when you were with the Eagles and you were the head man, you planned on beating Dallas or trying to beat them. Everybody wants to knock them off, don't they?
Well, Dallas, in the through the 70s and late 70s, they were the #1 team in football. And the organization, the super organization, great management and everything else. So we set them up as the epitome. We set them up as our target. And we felt if we could beat them, we could go ahead and win the conference. So we just set them up every week. Here's one. Huh?
Scores from elsewhere. Miami's still having trouble getting all the wheels back on their machine. 13-7. Boy, the Colts are playing the heck out of them today.
Yeah, they're coming back off a bad one last week.
Jets 14, Buffalo 3. Any coaches in trouble in that one? We don't know. We don't talk about coaches changing jobs.
No, we don't talk about that.
Otherwise,
Chicago,
you'll be up for every job in the country if we do that. Chicago 10, New England nothing. They're almost at halftime.
14-14. Oh, Hannafin. He's got those Cardinals playing.
Don't forget, coming up, the Giants against Green Bay. A lot of you will see Atlanta against San Francisco. New Orleans and Denver, Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Those are all good games. Right here on CBS. It's our doubleheader day, and we thank you. We love it. Third down and short. 1:57 left before halftime. This might be one of the best halves of Detroit Lions football that I've ever seen in the last few years.
It's the best defense I've seen them play. It's the best defense I've seen them play.
And Hipple seems like he's gotten himself really settled down and is going to have, even though they're injured and beat up a little bit, they're going to play pretty decently. Third down and 2 on the 23-yard line. The shotgun. A 3-man rush to start with. Danny White. Time. Misses Renfro. Throws behind Renfro, and James Harrell was right there. Boy, number 58's played a good defensive game. Now, he was supposed to start the right inside linebacking spot, and they put him back at left when Fantetti went down.
That's right. Here's a guy, he was here in 1979. He went into the USFL, played there a couple of years. He's come back here, and now he's playing like a starter. That happens many times. A guy that hasn't been a starter gets his chance, and he plays like one and remains one.
Mike Saxon kicking. He will be putting the foot to it at about his own 11-yard line. This is Manley waiting for it, the rookie. Manley fair catches, and you got to put that hand all the way up this year and show it. A 38-yard punt, no return, no fumble, and some half. As Landry looks at his notes, we'll be right back. It's Detroit 13, Dallas zip. Tom Brookshire with Dick for him to talk to Brent about it. So stick around with us, will you? First and 10, 1:44 left before halftime. Detroit has the ball. That's all they want right now. Oh, Hipple's hit as he gets rid of it. Young Eastman, number 42, Ricky, climbed the receiver. I believe Wilbert Montgomery out of the backfield was the intended receiver.
Jim Jeffcoat will appear to the right side of your screen, the defensive end, 77. He gets some heat on him, a little play action draw fake, boom, gets the hit right there. You know something? That was a dangerous throw. It was a double zone with guys just sitting up there. It should have been picked off.
And a rookie, Lomas Brown, is blocking Jeffcoat. I'd be looking that way a lot, or at least knowing where everybody is. Second down and 10. Ball's on the 40. Handoff. Kane breaks through, gets to the 47-yard line. Flags are down at the 45 of Detroit. This young man's been a Detroit, then went away to somewhere else, came back.
With the Washington Redskins. And he played for Darryl Rogers. He played for Darryl Rogers at San Jose State. Little reverse pivot handoff. Now watch him break. Watch him break off the block right here. See him cut back in that hole. They're in a nickel defense. Bates gets blocked. He gives him a little move there. Michael Downs, 26, comes in and puts him down. Wilbert Montgomery gives Dennis Thurman a shot. Rick Kane. He's moving around a little bit.
Holding, number 72. Offense, still second down.
Young teams and new programs occasionally make mistakes. Last week, the Lions had 11 penalties in the winning game against Atlanta. You can't do that much. Dietrich was called holding Randy White, which sounds like a good idea to me, but you can't do it legally.
Sounds like a heck of an idea.
Wiped out. A 12-yard gain is now 2nd and 20. Kane inside. Boy, he hits the hole fast. Out over the 40 to the 41. Peg-leg Bates in on the staff there for the Cowboys. Looks like the Dallas defense is getting a little bit nasty now. Do you sense a little bit of irrational behavior there?
Well, I saw Randy White exchanging some words with Keith Dorney. That would be a heck of a match, huh? That'd be 15-16. How two big gorillas out there going after each other. But you know something? I think Darrell is using a good approach right here. It would be wrong to try to get the ball downfield and risk interception and give Dallas something excited to go off into the halftime locker room about, Tom. You know, I think keep them in this frame of mind right now. They're getting whipped.
Ed Too Tall Jones.
What do you think Tom's going to say at halftime?
Oh, boy, I don't know. He'll never let us in there to find out. But I'll tell you, he's going to be fair with them. He's going to tell them if they don't start playing, they're going to get whipped, and it'll be a long airplane ride on the spaceship to Dallas.
He has been in this situation many times, so he will know how to handle it. Hey, the Jets are moving again, Tom.
21-3. Joe Walton's got him going. He's got everybody signed at least now for the most part and back in camp. Washington having a lot of trouble with Houston. And we told you early in the year that we think the Oilers have some young players that can really go, including Moon, their quarterback. He's got 2 more wins now. So he's the all-time active coach in this league. He's got 2 more wins than Don Shula right now.
That's pretty good company. Pretty good company.
First half started out with a turnover by Dallas, an interception, then a fumble, and boy, I'll tell you, the Lions jumped right on it, got a field goal and a touchdown. Then they came down and got one on their own, and they are really riding out this first half in glory. 1:19 left before half. It's 3rd and 9.
Looks like they're coming after him here with a blitz.
Everybody's back getting ready, and they run straight at it. It's Kane. We told you, Jones has an injured thigh, we're told, as Bates gets into a little shoving match with Kane.
Yeah, I think really that kind of stuff, when a guy's down on the ground, you go in and wrestle on him, be the big tough. Be tough before he gets on the ground. Knock him on his tail, but don't do all that other stuff.
Remember what Thurman told us? That they were so bad against their own offense out of Thousand Oaks that they had to tell the defense to stop banging on our people so much. They're a rather aggressive group.
Yeah, they are. That guy is one of the real aggressive football players. He played in the Pro Bowl last year as the special teams player out of the NFC.
How does Dallas get so many free agents, though, and they fit into that program so well? They do a good job of that, don't they? Gilbrandt and all of them?
They bring in enough of them, Tom. Their philosophy is if you bring in enough of them, you're going to find one. And they bring guys in and fit their mold by computer, and they go out and sign them. And they bring them in, and they have on their roster right now 12 free agents. 3 of their starting secondary people are free agents. I think it's real smart football.
Well, do they have a better computer than everybody else? An underground computer system?
No, they spend more money, number one. And number two, their criteria for success is not based on how much money they make at the end of the year. It's how many games they win. And I'll tell you, it's nice to coach in that kind of an atmosphere.
I went out to their new big establishment they're going to have for their practice field outside of Dallas the other day. They call it Cowboy Land. It's going to be the 300-room hotel. It is a fantastic organization. Mike Black is back to punt. Leon Gonzalez to accept it. This rookie is tall. He's thin but fun. Look out. He can really run.
Hey, that was a rhyme. I didn't know you were a poet.
Oh, sure. I got through the University of Colorado. Here goes the snap now. Black is just wanting to kick it away. There are only 50 seconds left. Oh, this is a tremendous punt. Gonzalez at the 15. Gonzalez at the 13. 4.38.
Yeah, 4-4 hang time. Pretty good job. You can stay in the league if you kick enough of those.
42 seconds left on the clock. There's Black. I told you they have a special fraternity. He'll go over now and talk to Eddie Murray. They have their own little meetings, you know. About 2 people show up for it.
You know, you got to watch Dallas in this situation. I can remember being in the same situation, but they were ahead. But right before the half in Dallas, and they hit Tony Dorsett on a little dinky screen right in the middle, a middle screen, and he took it the length of the field. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can, because
you saw us play.
You know, at every play, though, he almost breaks it, and that's the kind of team that does strike fear. 1st and 10. Call it the 17-yard line if you want to. The shotgun's on.
Here it is.
Here's the screen, and Gay almost hit the ball. Gay catches Dorsett from behind at the 27. William Gay almost got the pass and then got the ball carrier.
That wasn't the middle screen, that was a screen left, but they are a great screening team in this situation, and it's not a surprise to me that they came with one on first down.
The shotgun now as the seconds roll off. Wyatt is sacked, but the flags are down. Eric Williams got the sack. Flags are down.
That's his second sack this year, and he's coming out of nowhere. He hardly even played a snap last year. He had 9 tackles and no sacks, and here he is a starter. Attitude change.
Well, they told me Doug English talked to him and said, look, are you going to be a good player, or are you just going to be one of the guys?
12 men on the field, defense.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Dallas and Detroit at work, doesn't it?
It did the last time. We'll try to show the people later on today that infamous moment back in 1981. Now, Darrell Rogers, good college man that he comes from, a good background, he wouldn't be doing that on purpose. So you...
No. Wayne Font's right next to him there. Now, he's an SC guy. He might try to slip a guy in on you once in a while.
That's editorial, Coach. Look, Rogers is checking on it. Don't forget at halftime, Brent and Irv will have scores and the highlights. Billy Sims will be on live. Find out all about his new baby and that old knee of his that he's got to get back in shape. One of the great ball carriers of our time. 14 seconds. You got the window right there. Cosmic catches it at the 42. Now the hurry-up is on. The seconds are ticking. Johnson making the stop. Last play coming up.
It is thrown out of bounds.
And he winds back. Going across the middle. Cosby breaks a tackle. Cosby at the 45. Bruce McNorton tackling him there. You know it's just beginning if you know Dallas. It's Detroit 13, Dallas nothing. All right, Detroit 13, Dallas nothing at halftime. Yes, we're in the beautiful Silver Dome in Pontiac, Michigan. Saw the commissioner out in the hall, and he looks for the second half to really be a good one, right? Nick, you think?
Oh, yes. They're going to get going.
Do you think that Dallas, the turnovers just got them early, or do you think that Detroit took it away from them? Which way does that go?
I think they came in here still thinking about how well they played last Monday.
Yeah, that'll get you hurt.
Detroit's just getting after them. Hey, give the credit to Detroit.
All right, Alvin Hall back to accept the kickoff. Accepting, and of course, Raphael kicking off for Dallas. This is a good kickoff. It's to the goal line. Alvin Moore. Moore, a tape of the Colt breaks out and is nailed at the 23.5-yard line.
What a hit. Salonen, rather. A tight end linebacker, number 89.
From Montana.
Yeah, oh, he hit it like a guy from Montana.
Like a bear.
Woodsman.
There's Tom Landry. Here is that hit, and this is what they've perhaps been needing.
Hit like a truck ran it. Look at this. Watch. Here he comes. Boom. You actually really don't get the total effect by seeing it on the rerun as you feel it up here in the press box. That was a heck of a hit, Tom.
We'll set that defense for Dallas and the offense in just a moment. Remember now, the Dallas defense thinks they are the ones that can get it, hit it a lick, and get everything turned around, so they may be very aggressive. Hipple fakes the crossbuck. Now he rolls it, gets the ball over to Kane. Rick Kane to the 42-yard line. The crowd not yet finished with their hot dogs. Had to get ready.
Little misdirection bootleg.
Coach, let's look at the stats. See if there's anything there that would ferret out a 13-0 Detroit lead.
I don't know. Actually, it looks like Dallas has the best of the stats. They just haven't been as productive.
And that big 3 turnovers has to be everything. 2 interceptions and a fumble.
You can't turn it over and win very often.
First and 10 from the 41. A pass play. Hipple to Kane. Hipple handing off. And it's Rick Kane in there. We probably might not see much of James Jones, the big #1 draft of a year ago, because he does have a bad thigh, we're told. Jeffcoat and Hegman stopping Rick Kane. Here's the Detroit offense. Last Sunday, they rushed for 130. Today, they've got 40. Last Sunday, 156.
Yeah, they threw the interceptions last Sunday. Still won.
They got to forget about that last Sunday, too, and just play this second half. Their lives depend upon it. Second down and 9. Hipple being rushed. Now he reloads it and throws it right through Kane's hands. Hipple might have had to put too much heat on it because he was being harassed a little bit.
Yeah, it was another strong safety blitz. Dexter Cleanscale, number 47, got the heat on him. A great call against that kind of defense. If he gets this thing out there, it's a big play. See, he's just going to lay it out to his left, get it out there in a hurry. See that out there? There's no one out there. There's old number 75, Lomas Brown, out there at about 280 pounds to block for him.
I wonder how Lomas Brown and Dietrich are handling Randy White and Jeff Coates. That is an interesting matchup there, and they've done a very good job so far. Third down and 9. You better have your helmet on and be strapped. Hipple. Randy White gets him, and he drops it off to Leonard Thompson, and it's incomplete.
He had to get rid of that ball just a little quicker than he'd like to, because Randy White, 54, right to the left middle of your screen. You're going to see a stunt. See him work to the outside. He's working on Chris Dietrich right there, and he breaks with a power right up inside. Lomas Brown should have jammed him right there when his man went down around the inside.
Now, I tell you, Randy White wanted to go in there. There's not much you could do.
Well, actually, Lomas Brown should have jammed him right there.
Call for help. Mike Black, the punt now. The Dallas defense putting the wood on. It's his fourth punt of the day for Mike Black. Oh, this is a tremendous kick. Leon Gonzalez takes the ball and is hit in his tracks at the 7-yard line, and a flag is down. 5.56 hang time.
Maybe my finger was a little late. I don't know if I've ever timed one that long.
The last 2 kicks by Black have been spaceships, 49 yards, that punt, from the line of scrimmage.
I must have missed that, Tom. I can't believe that was 5-5, but it was a heck of a punt.
Gonzalez has handled punts inside the 10-yard line, though. That's a pretty dangerous area, isn't it?
Yeah, normally you just let him go and roll in the end zone and come out to the 20, but there was pushing from behind on that play, I'm sure.
Barry Seaman is the referee. He's kept control of what could have been a rather tough contest to officiate, but let's get the call.
Illegal use of hands. Number 24, receiving team during the return.
Number 24, receiving team, that's Walls.
You can see him push Alvin Hall, number 35, Emerson Walls, right there. Gave him a little shove. I don't know if that was much of a push. That was more of a tap. I don't know about that call, Tom.
It's 13-0 Detroit. Dallas has the football. Tom Landry, second winningest coach in the NFL, but he is the winningest active coach, and think about 19 consecutive winning seasons.
That's all. I mean, it's really, for me, it's almost unbelievable how you can do that. But it takes a total organization to do something like that, more than just a coach.
And Detroit is pushing his team today. From the 3, White falls, and he may have fumbled the handoff. Detroit thinks they have the football. Dorsett never had it.
Danny White was stumbling on the reverse pivot.
Demetrius Johnson has the ball.
Let's take a look at this from behind the quarterback, and let's see if somebody steps on his foot, because he is stumbling. He's stumbling right here. Look at, he's falling on his back. Nobody stepped on his foot. Holy mackerel, that's a heck of a place to execute poorly.
Well, Titans did step on his foot, the big left guard, yeah. He's got about a 14 AAA.
Danny White's stance up underneath the center is so wide that I'm not surprised that people step on his feet from time to time.
The 4th turnover. Jones is in at fullback, Montgomery at halfback, and Hipple's got the ball on the 3-yard line, 4-yard line. Jones inside. Jones to the goal line and may have scored. Let's see where they place it. Right to the edge of the line.
Titans saw number 63 to the left of your screen. See him stepping right there on Danny White's left foot. Look at that. See that? And he can't reverse pivot. It's like it's glued in the ground. I think they're going to have to narrow up Danny White's stance. He has an awfully wide stance underneath center, Tom.
Good point. Dorsett really never had a chance to do anything but try to grab the handle. It's about a foot away now. Call it the 1-yard line. The sneak Did he get it? Touchdown. Coach Rogers just said, good job.
Heck of a drive, guys. Here it is, just a little quarterback sneak. He's just going to muscle it in there. He dives in, definitely in there. You know, you don't see a lot of quarterback sneaks anymore. You see more of the fullback plunge, the I back, you know, deep in the I formation giving it to him, because every once in a while a quarterback's been hurt doing that.
Eddie Murray going for that consecutive streak of extra points. He's got 158. Hipple's holding. It's good. No flag that we see on the ground. Yes, there is a flag down on the 3.
There was a bad hold on that, too. Did you see that? Eric bobbled the ball.
Big surprise, holding on the kicking team.
Normally that's called on a wingback reaching out and hooking an outside rusher. Here's the bobble. I saw it. See that? That many times will really shake up some kickers. Some kickers swallow their upper teeth when they see that happen.
I was sweating you out there on that one.
Yeah. But that just shows how cool that guy is under pressure.
Hipple's got good hands. He ought to be a quarterback, you're going to be telling me next, right?
Yeah.
He almost fumbled the very first field goal attempt, too, so maybe they're having a little problem there. Hipple is the holder. Murray now kicking it to the 20-yard line for the extra point. It is no good. 158 in a row, and he loses it on that one.
Do they call that an extra point from that distance?
Sure, that's right.
Yeah, that poor guy.
That. There's a streak.
What a way to break the streak.
You know how long you have to play in this league to get a streak like that going?
Here, as you can see the ball go right up to the right. It's definitely not in there. That's the first extra point. If he'd have been up close from the 3-yard line, it would have been good, Tom.
19-0, Detroit.
If he'd have been up closer.
Mobile. Tom Brookshire and Dick Vermeil. And, Coach, you talk about turnovers, but interception, fumble, and you got a 19-point deficit. You just can't turn it over. That's power. Poe is coming up with it. Ball gets out the rookie to about the 19-yard line. Rick Kane made the tackle. Coming up now, following this game, this Dallas-Detroit game, you'll get to see either the Giants against Green Bay, Atlanta against San Francisco, New Orleans going to Denver to Mile High Stadium, or Minnesota taking on Tampa Bay. Right here on CBS. Of course, it all starts early in the day with Brent Nerve, the NFL Today group, and we are very happy to be bringing you this football game. There's the young man who had his streak snapped at 158 extra points in a row. First play by Danny White. Being chased, and now sacked. No, he's in the grasp. James Harrell.
He's in the grasp. I don't think they can call that an interception, Tom.
They didn't put a flag down where or mark where he was caught. I believe it's going to go as a touchdown. Doug English and Harrell got into the action, and somehow the underhand flip by Danny White was deposited in the end zone.
Here it is, play action pass, Tom. They're going to freeze everybody right inside there. Now there's good pressure right there. Mr. Cofer, 55. I can't understand that move. Harrell picks it off. He was trying to lateral underarm. Cooper, number 61, is not a linebacker. He's an offensive tackle coming out to try to make that play.
Well, what is in the grasp and what isn't? If he wasn't going down and sacked, I've never seen anybody.
I thought that was in the grasp. But, hey,
it is first and goal from the 2. He was knocked out of bounds. Jones scores on the first play. From the 2-yard line, the interception was not run in for a touchdown, but Jones made sure. Harrell right there, number 58. He's got a pulled hamstring. Looks like he might be hurt.
There's one opportunity in his life to intercept and be a running back, and now he has a... They can't afford to lose any other linebackers either. He'll be ready. Here's a little touchdown play there, a little trap play. Number 72 See number 72, the left guard, Chris Dietrich, comes around, hooks the linebacker up inside. Big hole. Goes in standing up.
Offensive line play for Detroit has been very, very good. Wow, Eddie Murray sneaked it inside of the right upright and barely made it, and he's got a streak of 1. Darryl Rogers, from college ball for 20 years as a head coach to the Motor City, and boy, he's got him revved up.
He's got him playing. I'll tell you, they're as revved up as Dallas is flat. You know, and I'll tell you, there is no valve on any player's helmet that you turn on intensity and motivation to play as you did last week. They came in here, Dallas, I think, came in here just thinking, hey, we beat these guys. We're a great team. We played well last week, you know. It doesn't work that way in this league. Of course, this guy knows it better than I do.
Oh, the turnovers, interception, fumble, interception, almost from the out cue of home of the Braves. The Cowboys started dumping the ball and giving it to Detroit.
This is Mr. James Jones. He's not hurting nearly as bad now after that touchdown run. Pain goes away. Look at that smile.
They say he has a bad thigh with a big bruise. Well, I'll tell you, he doesn't run like it.
It was about 2.5 feet from his heart, so it doesn't bother him.
Murray with a hand up. Poe and Levette waiting for Dallas. Dallas has been shut out so far. Oh, a tremendous kickoff. 5 yards deep is Levette, and he touches it down. Elsewhere around the league, St. Louis now beginning to shift gears. 24-14 over Cincinnati in the third quarter. Washington 16, Houston hanging very close.
Houston's win last week was no fluke. Hey, they're battling a good football team in the Redskins.
And the Jets, 28-3 over Buffalo.
Well, here we go again, Tom. Look who's got the ball.
Danny White. Will there be a controversy over quarterbacks after today's game? The I formation. Tony Dorsett trying to get outside, and they're waiting for him at the 20-yard line. At the line of scrimmage. Eric Williams stayed home and got the dangerous number 33. Tom Landry's only worrying about turnovers and scoring points. Second down and 10 from the 20. The misdirection. White out to Newsom at the 23, and he's tackled beautifully by Angelo King.
Angelo King, former Dallas player. Little misdirection in the backfield, pulling the lineman. See there, one man going deep, 63 Titans. So he's supposed to get over there and get that guy, but it's an awful long ways to go. Jimmy Williams is so quick. Here comes old Eric. Eric Williams has been playing super. Angelo King comes in and finishes him off.
Third down and 7. The ball is on the 23. Dallas in the shotgun and in trouble. 26-0. Detroit. Quickly finding Cody Hill, who gets away almost from the tackle to the 34. Bobby Watkins holding on.
A point there, Tom. Detroit leading 26-3. They get in the first, third, and long situation. What do? They come after him with a blitz. They came to play. They're not, they're not backing off and being conservative with the defense. Maybe Wayne swallowed his cigar. He's so excited right now. Huh?
Wade Fox told us, he said, I used to have all the frequencies against the Cowboys, and we'd outthink ourselves and forget to play football. And he said, we're just going to get all taped up and see if we can hit. Well, they have hit. First and 10. Well, Dallas across to Dorsett. Dorsett. The flags are down, and Dorsett
holding.
Gets to the 37.
The wingback was holding the linebacker with his right arm. Didn't get a takedown, but I think he got 2 points for it.
The officials right on the spot. Aren't they always when you're doing something wrong?
When it goes bad, it goes bad. This is Newsom, I think they're going to get for the holding. That's the man I saw.
Dorsett has been held pretty much in check once they closed him down. He has 64 yards on 10 carries. And actually, the fumble of his was not his fault.
holding. Number 30, offense, still first down.
As the coach said, Newsom, the big fullback.
You can see the right to the left of your screen. See, he has James Williams, 59, with his right arm hooked over there. James is trying to get out of the grass, but he just can't do it. Tom, you've had better days.
Haven't been shut out since 1970. St. Louis did it 38-0. Danny White underthrowing Mike Renfro, and Renfro tries to give it a little kick.
Good thing he didn't. Would have been another penalty. That's a sign of frustration.
Danny White, with that black jacket on, hasn't really aired it out like the Danny White we used to watch.
You know, the guy who's playing a heck of a football game is Eric Williams, the defensive left end for Detroit. He was in there that time, and Danny saw him coming. He said, I better rush my throw.
Hogenboom on the sidelines. He must have 500 fans here from Central Michigan where he played.
We met a few of them last night at the hotel.
Unfortunately, we did, yes. Second down, and call it 20 on the 25. The flags are down.
This is one of the reasons the Dallas Cowboys use that line shift technique, Tom, coming up with the hands on the knees, then shift up, and then go down to try to pull the defense offside, as well as hide the backfield shift. And they're also, the offensive linemen, as Cooper told us last night, are supposed to survey the defense.
Look around, huh?
Encroachment, number 79, defense.
William Gay encroaching and pulled off by that shift. I wonder if this speeding up the game and not having quite as much time is going to make that shifting a little bit dangerous for the Cowboys.
No, I don't think it'll affect them. I tell you, it affects us up here. Boy, you really notice a difference, don't you, Tom?
Thank God no one's beating on us. Second down and 15. The ball's on the 30. Penalty to Gay. The Lions have been free of penalties for the most part. Pretty careful. And they lead 26-0 with 9:23 left in the third period. Second down and 15. On the 30. Dorsett over the 30. Look out. Dorsett gets to the outside. And is run out at the 39-yard line. Good running by Tony Dorsett.
Good call. Option screen to go downfield. He lays it off from the screen. Whenever you give the ball to Dorsett on a screen, you follow Dorsett, number 33, right to the left of your screen. See, Lyman will be going out there with him. 64, Rafferty coming out, gets a block right there. Just a nice screen block on Hall. He bounces back outside. Look at that man make people miss. Boy, is he good in the open field.
He started making 1,000-yard rushing seasons when he was 5 years of age, I think. He's always been the great
always been a 1,000-yard rusher.
Shotgun time. Dallas on 3rd and 6. The ball's on the 39.
Coming after him.
It was handled. Good throw. Point to Tony Hill. Hill gets out at the 48-yard line. Bobby Watkins helping and making sure. Good throw by Danny White that time.
Nice throw. They were coming after him again on 3rd down. That's 2 blitzes a row on 3rd down. Dallas is liable to try to go deep on 3rd down, catch him in that blitz, and lay it up deep. Uh-oh, here comes a wave.
A wave in the Silver Dome. Playing a new 34 defense under a new coach, Darryl Rogers. And they like it. 1st and 10, the ball's on the 48. A toss back to Dorsett. He's got the corner. Dorsett picks up a 1st down. Stumbles at the 42-yard line.
The offensive team ought to be really fresh. They haven't been on the field that long.
And keep in mind that both cornerbacks, Watkins and McNorton, are injured. They have sprained arches and a sprained ankle. And they're still playing the outside pretty well against this team. Dorsett, 75 yards on 11 carries.
He's getting up close to 100, and they've won about 39 games and lost 2 with him going for 100 yards.
Another 1st down for Dallas. The ball's on the 41. A lot of time for Danny White. Gets it to Cosby. The flags are down. Cosby stacks up at the 36.
Cosby really hasn't been much of a factor today, Tom. You know, normally you hear him catching balls and everything, but has he caught any?
He caught some in that 1st quarter. He caught 3 or 4 in a row, and like everybody else, it's sort of like, what's happening to us? We're in a velvet fog today.
Boy, he's a big man. He played at the University of Santa Clara for Pat Malley, who just recently passed away. Fine football coach in Northern California and a fine man. The game will miss him, as well as the people in Santa Clara Valley.
They're marking it off against
Illegal contact, number 29, defense.
illegal contact by McNorton. Illegal contact was the call. Obviously, it's a popular decision here in Detroit. First and 10, another one, 3 in a row for the Dallas Cowboys. Danny White with 8:03 left in the third. Must get some points on this drive. Pro set out. Inside handoff. Newsom to the 26-yard line.
They're chopping them up pretty good right now. Detroit cannot afford to lose the edge that they've had through 3/4 of this football game, Tom, because Dallas is too explosive.
Curley made the tackle, but not after the gain was made.
Watch the trap block here by number 65, Kirk Peterson, working up inside. Boom, he gets the kick out. That creates the hole up inside. Now you've got a big 225, 30-pound running back running up in there. Momentum is switching a little bit.
Rodgers takes the good with the bad. This is one of the better days that he's ever had, that's for sure. Second down and call it a foot. On the 27. Inside drive play. First down Dallas. Newsom. Ron Springs, of course, was waived by the team. Newsom became the fullback. He's alone straight ahead.
If Dallas can get one here right now with 6 minutes and 50 seconds or so to go in this quarter, that could be the lift they need to go ahead and make it a tight football game in the fourth quarter, but they've got a lot of work to do.
And they got to be careful. They just got to act like they've got a lot of time. First and 10. The ball is on the 24-yard line. The time. The reverse to Dorsett, who is trapped back at the 37-yard line. Doug English, the Pro Bowler at nose tackle, smelled it all away.
The old captain of their defensive football team showed them the way to get to the ball. They attempted a reverse. There's, see, English right in the middle of your screen, 78. He smelled it. There he is. He has a nose for that football, that guy.
Dorsett said the one thing he was looking forward to today was running that play.
But he said we wanted to get it set up first with that formation. They didn't set that formation up.
A 13-yard loss from Texas, the University of Texas, playing for Detroit. Second down and 23. The lob pass just off Newsom's hand, incomplete. Closely covered by Bobby Watkins.
Angelo King was right there on him that time, Tom, and really had an opportunity to pick the thing off. Look at this, just little overthrown. A reach for it right there. There's Watkins working inside out to finish the coverage if he had caught it.
Linebacker King has been very active. Third down and 23 to go on the 37. The shotgun is out. 5:37 left in the third period. White's got time and a receiver. Cosby is open. Far short of any first down, but he's open at the 26-yard line.
What they're doing is moving it in closer just to get the field goal and not really thinking first down at that time. Get in better field goal position.
Septian missing from 42 yards earlier in that second quarter.
What, a 43-yard attempt?
He's had a 53-yarder, his longest, and he is extremely accurate.
44-yard attempt.
44-yard attempt. Hogenboom is holding.
46% from this distance.
A 44-yard attempt. It was hit, partially blocked, and wide to the right.
Eric Williams, I think, got a piece of it. When it goes bad, Tom.
The ball will come back to the line of scrimmage. And Dallas is still not off the strider. Detroit 26, Dallas nothing.
take a look at your bottom of the screen. The third man in a three-point stance from the left. He's going to jump outside the guard in front of him, Eric Williams, number 76. See him go by right there? Get up in the air, and he gets a piece of that ball. Great job. The fault is on the offensive tackle for not closing that gap.
First and 10 from the 26-yard line. Hipple being chased, dumps it, and has an open receiver drop the ball. Chadwick had it and then dropped it.
I can't believe the amount of cushion that Everson Walls is giving Chadwick when last week he was playing everybody he could play, you know, by the vest.
Landry stalking the sidelines. Somewhat animated, but hasn't been out on the field but once. We get a clarification on a substitution penalty. It's still second down and 10. The Lions with a 26-0 lead in the third period, and somebody was off, but our flag is down now. Wilbert Montgomery straight ahead for at least 5 yards. Randy White making the tackle. I can't believe that Detroit defense, they were like 21st on pass defense a year ago. And how long can they hold this Dallas team in check?
They're doing a heck of a job, and that's, you know,
a couple of the Cowboys are trying to get a clarification now.
Klingscale at the top of your screen, number 47 is a strong safety coming in on a blitz. And he and Ed Jones both jump off sides. Poor timing.
Dallas frustrated. 4:33 left in the third. Second down and 5. Inside handoff. Montgomery hit in the hole and spins for more yardage to the 35. Lockhart and Montgomery head-to-head.
What was it Tony Dorsett was telling us last night? That the Cowboys sort of like to try to tackle Wilbert because he runs so high and strong, and he's not that big. So they feel that they can win some of those battles. But I think Wilbert's won his share of those.
He just did a heck of a spin there for the extra 2 yards, and Lockhart stuck him pretty hard. That'll bring up short yardage, 3rd and 1.
He's a totally different style running than Dorsett. You know, Dorsett is great at finding those little cracks and sliding down and getting underneath those pads. Wilbert stays up on top.
3rd and 1. The ball is on the 35. Short yardage offense, and Montgomery in motion is gone. And Hipple is hit by Jeffcoat and dropped all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Pulling out all stops, Coach. 3rd and 1 and going for the bomb. And actually, the guy was open. He could have gotten the ball to the wingback 81, Reese McCall. He makes a nice fake on it, has Reese McCall down the hole, and I don't know why he didn't let it go, but here comes 77, Jim Jeffcoat, and he gives it to him, kidney chop right in the back.
Looked like Stringer, the big tackle, took the linebacker and let Jeffcoat inside. It's like having a red flag in with a bull, a Brahma. 4th down. And 8 to go on the 27. Bates is back to take the punt. And Mike Black is the kick. Bates is hard-nosed to say the least. This Black punt. This is an average kick for it. Bates at the 36. Bates looking for somebody to run into and finds it.
3-4 hang time. Lousy punt.
Harrell making another tackle, the linebacker. A 37-yard punt. 6-yard return, and maybe a headache for Bates, but he likes that too. Detroit 26, Dallas. Darrell Rogers. He was at the best defensive team in the nation at Arizona State one year. He had the best offensive team in the Big Ten when he was at Michigan State. He's got a little bit of everything.
He's got a combination going for him right here. You know, that 3rd and short play was an example of when the head coach steps in. See, he wears no headsets, but he tries to control the tempo of the game by making that decision. I'm sure he called that one, not the quarterback coach.
3:09 left in the third period. It's 1st and 10 on the 42. Danny White is still the quarterback. He's got time. Danny White on the move, overthrows Mike Renfro, and everybody was covered.
Great coverage on time.
Scores from elsewhere around the league. Chicago 20, New England nothing.
Boy,
in the third period left. Great drawback. A lot of time. Now he's being chased. White is sacked at the 40-yard line. Jimmy Williams came all the way through the blocking pattern and got his man.
Jimmy Williams, number 59, ran a stunt, a linebacker combination stunt with his defensive lineman. Eric Williams, sees number 59 left of your screen, came outside. Eric Williams comes back up underneath. They pick him off. Then he comes all the way around. No substitute for movement and athletic ability.
As a coach now, let me ask you a question about when would you bring Hogan Boom in without destroying your quarterback? Would that be an awful thing to do as a coach?
You're asking the wrong guy because I wouldn't even consider it.
All right, well, that's what I wanted to hear. Third down and 12 on the 42. Danny White in the shotgun. Third and long. Can they put pressure on him? The blitz got him up the middle. The third sack, that one by Michael Kofer, number 55.
Now there's a defensive end converted to outside linebacker playing in the nickel this time. Number 55 will appear. See him coming down. Luke stunt back to the inside. Kurt Peterson didn't get over in front of him and pick him up, and he actually shoved him right into the quarterback.
Forcing young Mike Saxon now, number 4. He'll be punting from the 15. He'll kick it from about the 20. And Pete Manley. A low snap is off. This is a good kick. Saxon from San Diego State gets it. Manley has a block or two. Good run back. The flags are down, but Manley gets to the 46.
There's Mr. Kofer. He made a great play last week when we did the Atlanta game, and here he makes a good play. And you notice, Tom, he was in a three-point stance out of defensive end in the nickel defense coming around on that stunt. And he plays outside linebacker in their 30 defensive scheme.
If I was casting for a movie of gladiators, he'd be my lead role man, I'll tell you that. Flags are down, we told you earlier. Let's see what this is. If it's an automatic first down, Dallas keeps the football. 1:48 left in the third period, and the Cowboys need the ball.
Oh, I'm not too sure that the penalty they called was... yeah, okay. It's on the Cowboys. It's on the Cowboys, Tom.
Personal foul.
Personal foul.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 55, kicking team. First down.
Number 55, the kicking team.
Mr. Diassi, Tom. Steve Diassi. Frustration starting to appear, you think?
I think that we've seen that a lot with just a few mistakes on the blitzing pattern. There's the big Boston College linebacker.
They call him Barney Rubble. Barney Rubble's in trouble after that one.
7 penalties. Dallas today. This puts Detroit on the Dallas 39-yard line, first and 10. Toss to Wilbert Montgomery. Wilbert gets inside a block, and face mask, 30-yard line.
Face mask, they didn't call. Oh, yeah, they did call it.
Flags are down.
Say, he loves to run that play. I've never coached anyone who could run that play any better than he can. In fact, I've never coached a better football player than that guy, Tom.
You recall he had 196 yards against Dallas.
The championship game.
Championship game.
I toss play, going to toss it real deep. They're hooking the linebacker. See the fullback kick the strong safety out. There he goes. Center kicks out right there. Now here's Wilbert right there. Now watch it reach right there. Face mask, Randy White. Wilbert
Face
just
mask,
keeps his motor running, going upfield.
Defense. First down.
That's like a bulldogger grabbing in the rodeo to have Randy White grab you by the horns that way. A big penalty. After picking up 10, tack it on. It's now first and 10 on the 25. The Dallas 25. Randy White. The earth mover. 1:22 left. Detroit's kept the pressure on. 26-0 Detroit. Hippos down, sacked by Mike Hegman.
I think the fullback was supposed to pick that up. James Jones, because I saw Wilbert turn and say something to James after that snap. Watch the tailback right in the middle of your screen. He's going off there. I think the fullback was supposed to go to the right. Wilbert recognizes that and tries to compensate for him, and you'll see James Jones in the middle of the screen saying, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. Holy moly.
Less than a minute left in the third period. It's been some Detroit football afternoon. Second down and 16 on the 31.
Darrell keeps going after him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he should probably keep that pressure on and not let Dallas gets straightened out too fast, too quickly. Here's the draw play. Jones makes sure that nobody tackles him. The flags are down.
This is the same type of play that he broke the big run against Atlanta last week, Tom. The big draw play on second and long.
Number 17 offense, still second down.
Delay a game as Hipple didn't get the playoff in time. But you're right. Landry had a lot to say about Jones, saying he's one of the niftiest big men running around all of football.
I've done games with Jones before, last year and the year before, his rookie year, then last year, and now watch him run this year. I just felt last week was the best I've ever seen him look. Intensity level, he ran like a mean big man.
And he catches the ball like a nifty player. He's got great hands.
He broke Pat Studstill's receiving record in Detroit,
77's a lot of it. Second down and 21. Ball's on the 36. Hipple back. He's got a rush, and he gets it off, and it's almost picked off. Well played by Walls, number 24. And Hipple hits the deck at the 45 hard. Boy, Hipple had a lot of pressure right in his face.
He had some time on there, and the coverage was pretty good. He went to unload the ball. Here comes Walls. Darn near gets his interception right there, covering him that time a little bit tighter.
Walls plays the ball about as well as anybody, doesn't he?
Monday night he intercepted it.
Monday to Sunday. Third down and 21. The ball's on the 36. Hipple has gone all the way at quarterback for Detroit. Almost fumbled that snap. Quick unload. He gets it. The number 83, McDonald. Far short of any damaging first down, but it's on the 30.
Hot receiver again. Same thing they did earlier. Third and real long. Blitz him. Force him to throw the dump off and then tackle the receiver.
That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Detroit 26, Dallas nothing. 25 yards here in the Silver Dome. No interceptions. That's important. And one TD, and here's Murray's field goal. It is no good from the 48.
Tom, last year Dallas was the worst. Not Dallas, but Detroit was the worst fourth quarter team in football. Now they're entering the fourth quarter. In points they scored and points they gave up. They scored 43 points and gave up 110 to rank last in pro ball.
Don't forget, right after this ball game, Dallas-Detroit, you got the Giants against Green Bay, or Atlanta-San Francisco, New Orleans and Denver, and Minnesota-Tampa Bay. What a day on CBS.
That Giant Green Bay game ought to be a good one.
Sure should. Hogenboom is in at quarterback from Central Michigan. Throws the ball well. But about 1 out of 3 is a misfire sometimes. First and 10 throw by Hogenboom. It's a rocket. Tony Hill has it at the 39 to 40. Hill looking for blockers. And is now tackled at the 35-yard line.
Did you see the shot that Hogenboom took then when he threw that?
And what a throw. That ball was like a laser beam.
He got hit by Mike Cofer, number 55. I don't see how he ever got the ball there.
Now, this is just a change of pace to see if, all right, let's say the tempo wasn't good for Danny. This time we'll go with Hogenboom.
Here's Hogenboom right down the middle. Now, watch this rusher appear right there. Oh, the macro did he get hit. Now there's old Hill. Look at him go.
Tony Hill, a 35-yard reception. The first daylight on a bleak day for Dallas. 14:09 left. They trail 26 to nothing. Hogenboom, second throw, second completion. Newsom, another first down. Nice footwork by the big man. Hogenboom looks like he is airing it out today. He's throwing easy.
Here's another shot of what a quarterback goes through to throw a completed pass, Tom. Look at this. Right under the chin, he gets a 235, 40-pound linebacker.
He's 6'4", and as you said, the linebacker did fit right under his chin. But he threw another completion. First and 10. Down to the 25 of Detroit. Newsom, Levette in there. Forsett getting a breather. Levette. Blitz is on. He reads it. Hill has it inside to the 17-yard line. Good read by Hogenboom.
This shows you why Landry's still coaching him, and I'm not. I was never a guy that wanted to substitute the quarterback, and he does it, gets it done. Here's a little blitz adjustment. They're coming after him. Coverage is way off. He just drops it to Mr. Tony Hill.
Remember, Danny White does have that flak jacket on under there, and there are days and there are days. Right hand is taped up. He got that thumb hit early in the game when we saw it. By the way, Tony Hill has 8 catches for 112 yards. Hogaboom is rallying this team. Oh, they got him as soon as he took the snap. Jimmy Williams. Now there's a fight back on the 22-yard line, or at least a disagreement.
That was Alvin Hall and Paz Derrick getting in a fight, and I would recommend that Alvin Hall cool off. That's a 6'9" tackle.
Paz Derrick probably hasn't been in a fight in years, though.
No. 6'9" against a 5'10". That's a mismatch.
Now the player was in the grasp. Hogaboom, in fact, was grabbed by Jimmy Williams as they snapped.
He's going to beat the inside gap. Here he comes right up there. Center had 2 guys to pick up and no help. A running back has to get up there, and a running back has to get up there quickly.
The flags are down. The juries are still out. And these men will decide. The zebras will come forth, Jerry.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 75, offense, down count.
Post Derrick for the major violation. Look at the size of that lineman.
He is a man amongst men.
282, 6'8 and a half. Miami 23-7 over Indianapolis. Marino has a touchdown pass in that game. Rams 17, Philadelphia 6. Touchdown by Los Angeles. Charlie White with a 17-yard touchdown run. Hogaboom back now on the 39-yard line, second down and 24. Misdirection play to Levette. Levette outside, makes the corner inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Dallas people like this young running back, number 29.
Yeah, the Georgia Tech graduate. He holds all their school records, Tom. I don't understand. You think maybe they're taking Dorsett out and that kind of stuff, thinking we can't catch up, or what?
I just think maybe because he held out so long that he just really isn't in shape for 4 tough quarters. And
good point.
You know, maybe.
Yeah, good point.
I thought he really wanted to play, however. It's not like he wants to get out of the game.
Danny White has a sprained right thumb.
I think he got that in that second or third series when we thought he was going to ask for help, remember, and didn't. 4th down and 14 on the 28. Hogaboom from his shotgun. 4th and 14. 12:49 left.
They're coming after him.
Good throw to Tony Hill inside the 15-yard line. Bobby Watkins tackling there. What a throw.
Yeah, close marking right now. See where they put it. I think they made the first down. Heck of a throw again. Hogaboom might be a heck of a lot better coming off the bench than starting. You're going to see he gets this ball under duress. Angelo King, number 92, being picked up by Newsom right there. Then here comes another guy, gives him a shot. The ball's in the air. Great catch down there in the hole. He just makes that first down. Tony Hill.
When Hogaboom squeezes off a round, though, it gets there in a hurry. That's a clean pass. Very little recovery time if you're playing defense.
Met his dad. Oh, excuse me, Tom.
Sorry, go ahead. First and 10 on the 14. Hogaboom moving, being chased. Overthrows in the end zone. Leon Gonzalez.
What I was going to say when I so rudely interrupted you was that I met Hogaboom's dad in the hotel last night. He's a big man. He looks more like an offensive tackle, you know, not overweight, but just a great big guy. Here he is producing a fine quarterback.
And he and Danny White get along extremely well so that there's no misinterpretation. Sports is that way, you know. Some days the 12-foot downhill putts go in. Sometimes they just rim the cup. The Cowboys must get something. In fact, they really must get 7. It's 26-0 with 11:53 left in the 4th period. Detroit has been on top of all day. Second down 10. Hogaboom running with it. Hogaboom tackled at the 11-yard line with a stretch. Doug English had him by the leg.
Good coverage. Tony Hill out there being bump and run coverage by Bobby Watkins. They're just working out there. He's not a primary receiver in the patterns. He's being used as a decoy, and he's taking advantage of the play off, it looks like right there.
Would you rather your receivers run hard on all the patterns?
Well, we never had a decoy type pattern. They were always live on every pattern.
Third down and 7. The ball's on the 11. The crowd is calling for some defense. Shotgun, Hogaboo. The blitz is on. Hogaboo, touchdown. Tony Hill. Touchdown on the slant, and Hogaboo is down on the deck again.
Little quick post move. You see he's being played inside by Bobby Watkins. He steps outside, stutters, gets him to widen, comes back underneath him, touchdown. Really a nice job of beating the bump and run coverage, and not a real good job of bump and run by Bobby Watkins, maybe favoring that sore arch.
Some drive by Hogaboo. Came right out, finding Tony Hill. 9 plays, he put him in there. Septian's extra point is solid and straight. Everybody beginning to sit a little further out on the edge of their seats. Touchdown, Tony Hill. Detroit 26, Dallas 7. Man in the middle. Drew Pearson on the left, the great Cowboy receiver, and Tony Hill.
Drew is doing a little coaching for him right now, and I tell you, he's doing a little pumping up the enthusiasm over there. I saw Hill come off the field. Drew runs over and grabs him and hugs him and all that kind of stuff. That kind of emotion you don't see very often on a Dallas Cowboy sideline, Tom. It might be good for him.
Especially working with those young receivers, Poe and Gonzalez. He'll help them.
They said he's done a great job with Poe.
Septian kicking off now to 35. Now Detroit's got to keep going and not lose all that impetus. Here it is, Alvin Hall. Alvin Hall out over the 25. Alvin Hall breaks to the 32-yard line.
Ran into his own man.
One of the fiercest rivalries in all of college football will be renewed next Saturday when the Georgia Bulldog battles the Clemson Tigers. Expect a hard hitting, and they always get it when these two teams play. They split the last 3 meetings. That's right, each one got a win, each one settled in a tie. Georgia came from behind last year to win 26-23, so don't miss it. Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific here on CBS Sports.
See Danny White right behind there. Look at that thumb all wrapped up.
Got a hit early in the game. He's a durable performer. Wasn't his day. Simply that. Wilbur Montgomery turning outside. Hit hard. Staggers ahead for yardage.
Is he strong for 195 pounds? And you know, he's heavier right now than he normally is, Tom, because of missing most of training camp. We had dinner Friday night together, and he ate a pretty good dinner, too, so he's keeping his weight up there.
Did he pick up the tab, or did you pick up the tab?
No, CBS did. Now, watch him right in there. He's in trouble. Watch this. He's in trouble. Now, watch him come out of 3 guys. That's amazing.
No wonder you ate so well. If CBS was picking up the tab, I'd like to go out with you, too. Second down and 4 to go on the 37. Detroit has come to play, and boy, they really pleased 75,000 today. The toss back to Montgomery. Randy White and several of his friends have rounded up Montgomery.
You can see, Tom, that Darrell is starting to apply a hold the ball a little bit, eat up some of that clock. Even if Dallas scores a little bit more, if we eat up some time, they won't have enough time to beat us. And rather than throwing the ball on those early downs.
Now, will Dallas come back and go with the 7 defensive backs and start trying to scramble and
I think they'll blitz
gamble?
Okay. They'll blitz and come after them.
All right, Coach, we'll look for it. There's Darrell Rogers.
See why he doesn't wear a headset? Not along enough field cord.
He's a walker. It's a big win for this young man. Nichols and Chadwick in on 3rd down and 4. Hipple misses Chadwick on the far sideline at the Dallas bench. Here comes Black, and guess what? Dallas is going to be forcing the issue now for the rest of this game. 9:14 left.
Hipple threw that under real duress. Jeff Coat was in there, and so was Randy White. And, you know, I really think that Chris Dietrich, number 72, should be given some credit. He's done a good job on Randy White. You know, he's an offensive tackle that's been moved into guard, and you know, he's doing a good job.
And playing across from one of the greats in the game. You bet. Leon Gonzalez waiting for this punt. Mike Black is punting, and he'll be kicking from about his own 25. David Jones is the snapper.
They might come after this one on a full rush.
26-7 Detroit. They got in there. They missed it. They did not hit the kicker. I don't see it. It's a great kick. Gonzalez at the 14-yard line. Gonzalez out over the 20 and out of bounds at the 26.
Unbelievable punt.
3 in a row.
Unbelievable punt. I have never, in 23 years of coaching, timed a 5-6 hang time punt, and that's what that was.
He's had 2 over 5s. That was a 50-yarder from the line of scrimmage.
Mr. Black, you better smile on that one, kiddo. That's a heck of a punt.
Games that started along with us. Let's look at it. The Jets bombed Buffalo 42-3. They're almost through with that one. Chicago 20-7 over New England. New England's got a lot of good people. That's a good team. 1st and 10 call. Hogan Boom, the quarterback. Out to Cosby at the 30. Cosby to the 37-yard line. Demetrius Johnson ushering a large fella out of bounds.
Boy, here's a backup quarterback that was really ready to play, Tom. He hasn't made a wrong move yet. He looks so poised and so comfortable out there, you'd think he was leading.
He's moved around more in the pocket than I expected him to, and rather effectively. I was surprised. Hogan Boom came out, took over the game in this 4th period, and in 9 plays had a Dallas touchdown. Danny White has a bad hand. It's been stomped on today. Wasn't all his fault. Hogan Boom gets the ball off and tries to get it into Gonzalez. McNorton came over the top. And I believe Kofer is the one that wrapped the quarterback.
McNorton's the guy that sprained his ankle last week and did a super job of covering this guy tight. He's going to throw the ball up here like you just saw. He has time to throw it. The protection breaks down late. He gets rid of it. Now watch the coverage right on him, covered like a blanket because he had help from the safety. The quarterback really took a shot here again, though. 55, Mr. Kofer. We're going to hear a lot from him at that linebacker position.
Detroit 26, Dallas 7. 8:50 left in the 4th quarter. Hogan back to throw every play now. The rifle caught by Gonzalez at midfield, and that's about it. McNorton stopping the young man. Boy, Gonzalez can jump out of the building. You see how far off the ground he was?
He can. He's only 5'10". But I'll tell you, Hogan really throws the ball with confidence. Watch this isolation right here. Now he's working on Bruce McNorton, number 29. He gives him a little move to the outside and goes up for the ball, gets it tucked away before he gets lunch, and down he goes.
And Drew Pearson is working with this young man and Poe every day.
Dick Nolan, I think, is actually their full-time receiver.
Yes. 8:12 left. Hogan Boom on the march. 1st and 10. The screen is it legal. It's legal. Levant inside the 35 to the 34. I believe we had linemen downfield. I believe that screen was too slow developing with that high pass.
Boy, I tell you, that's the coverage you want to get that screen on. You know, if that would have been Dorsett, he might have put it down in the end zone. That's what he really does well when he gets it out in that open field.
The linemen sort of time their break, though, don't they? And they figured it was time to go downfield.
I think that safety blitz factor just picked up the whole tempo of the play and a little too much for the line.
Jerry Seaman, the official. And by the way, they have been right on top of every call today.
I haven't gotten mad at those guys once today.
No, you haven't yelled zebra one time up here. We're just kidding. They have a difficult job, and they are doing a beautiful job of it today. This is handling a football game.
And it's only a matter of life and death that they do it right every time, Tom.
Ineligible downfield, number 71, offense, still 1st down.
Number 71, that is Mark Tuyane from Hawaii, a converted defensive lineman. A big Samoan. He's getting down there a little too quick. He thought he was the receiver.
Over the reef, huh? Tuyane, huh?
In Samoa, you could do that.
1st down. And 20, the ball is on the 40-yard line. On the Dallas 40. 7:44 left in the 4th quarter. Well, that's the motion, man. Hogaboom. Cross to Cosby. Cosby into Detroit territory to the 44-yard line.
Tom, I really believe what we have right now is we have second-string offensive linemen in there playing. Tom Landry upset, fuming with the first-string guys, We've got a backup center, backup guards in there, backup right tackle in there. He's mad, and he's going to let somebody else play.
26-7. The clock, the window is in there so you can follow with us. Detroit and Dallas each have 3 timeouts.
He's got 280 and 290-pound guards in there right now.
20 points behind to win. Hogenboom going deep. Open receiver is Newsom, but closely covered by number 54, Roosevelt Barnes.
This is what he does best, the open field plays. A 4-year basketball player at Purdue. He has that great movement, and heck, that's nothing more than playing basketball right there, Tom. One-on-one, you and me. That's the game, isn't it?
Fonts, of course, Wayne Fonts is waiting for the pass, I would imagine. He's anticipating that on every play.
That's not gum he's chewing, it's his tongue.
He's a big cigar man, too, isn't
Oh,
he?
I know it. He learned that from Coach McKay.
Dallas 4 of 13 third-down conversions. Kofer, the big young outside linebacker, used to be the defensive end here on the old 4-3. Now he's a 34 outside linebacker. He's over getting some treatment. But remember this, Detroit defense has really played extremely well. It's not Danny White's fault that they played so well.
You mentioned about how good a job that Detroit's doing on third down defense. Last year on third down, they were the 26th rated team on third down defense. Not very good. Not very good.
26-7, Detroit over Dallas, 6:50 left in the fourth. Mike Kofer, the 6'5" linebacker, being taken off. He was carried off it somewhere in the leg area.
The punt. Krumrie covered it, and Cincinnati took it right in on a 4-yard pass to Stanford Jennings. There's Harrington, touchdown St. Louis.
Eleven catches, the all-time high for Tony Hill, a 44-yard TD dash. Don't go away, there's 6:41 on that clock. Oh, what a move.
What a move was right.
Bereznikov. Hogenboom has started to light it up. We'll get the numbers on what he's done so far here in just a moment. The Dallas offense struggled and struggled.
It was a safety blitz, and they just popped it to him. Here's McNorton coming off. That arch is probably really bothering him right now. It's bound to get tired. Actually, McNorton was an ankle. That's 2 starters have come off here in the last few seconds.
Hogenboom is 9 of 12 since taking over in the fourth for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dallas is in the game. Septi and holding. Hogenboom now holding. That's great. What are you going to do, Coach? 26-14.
Say this, I wouldn't do any blitzing. You get that single coverage like that, you know, and you're just asking for trouble. It's great when it works, but if not, you get that isolation one-on-one. He catches a little hot receiver pass, reverse pivots, and runs it in for 6. Look how quick this is now. You're right down there with him. You're chasing him. You can see right down there field level how much quicker the game really appears to be than when you sit up in the stands or you watch it on television.
Appears to be. It is faster down there. Especially on this Silverdome surface. You're shot out of guns on this. Randy Logan, your old Eagle safety man's right behind me, and he just nodded. That's exactly right. This is a fast track here.
It is a fast track. A great place to play football, this stadium.
11 catches. The high, as we told you earlier, for Tony Hill. He's had 200-yard reception days, though, but 2 touchdown catches. Will he onside kick this? They're expecting some trick.
No, he'll kick it.
The Lions are.
No.
Here's the shift left, and here's the onsider. It has to go 10 yards.
Didn't go.
It has to go 10 yards. It had to go to the 45.
That's awfully early to be kicking an onside kick with 6.5 minutes to go, isn't it?
It seems like it. Let's see, there'll be a penalty, and actually the Detroit team will get the ball at the kicking point. Somebody else hurt? Steve Bach, the big young man from Oregon that blocked it so well there a couple of times on defense. Other scores as we wait for the medical corps to get this straightened out. Rams 17, Philadelphia 6. Young Cunningham's first game at quarterback for the Eagles. St. Louis, 41-20 in Cincinnati. It's a good football team.
Well, they're supposed to be. There it is, still tight, Tom. 13-16, Washington struggling.
Miami 30-7 over Indianapolis in the fourth quarter. Don't forget, following the Dallas-Detroit game that you're watching now, and this is going to get close before we finish, believe me, the Giants will play Green Bay, or you might see Atlanta against San Francisco, the Saints against Denver, or Minnesota against Tampa Bay. It's CBS's day for the Twin Bill, and it's a great one today.
You can imagine Bill Walsh will have that San Francisco football team ready to play Atlanta when they start. Huh? He'll have them fired up. I talked to him this week, and he was really depressed, and not only depressed, really upset to the fact that the way they got beat, just giving the ball game away with those turnovers.
I think we have a lot of teams that, obviously it shows it today, like Detroit, a lot of teams, Minnesota a week ago, that can play the big ones to a standstill and win.
It's happening again here today.
There's Bach being helped off. Let's see. Rafe will take the 5-yard penalty and kick it from the 30-yard line. Septian will kick it from the 30. Now, if he must put the ball in the field of play, back deep is number 35, Alvin Hall for Detroit. Not real deep, of course, due to that penalty. And there are 9 Lions just short of the 40-yard line on the Dallas side down there, looking for a squib kick of some sort. 6.5 minutes left. A lot of time. He kicks it straight away. Alvin Hall at the 5. Alvin Hall at the 25. Alvin Hall knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Dennis Thurman. Now Detroit has got to keep the football a while. Am I correct in assuming that, Coach Vermeil?
It would be great to use up some clock right now. But I tell you, it's tough to, on Dallas, not to throw the ball in the early downs because of that flex defense. You know, Alvin Hall hasn't been returning kickoffs lately, but Tom, he had a 26.6 average and led the NFC a few years back. So he knows what he's doing when he returns them.
Hogenboom off the bench. Shades of Roger Staubach. He can run, he can throw. And there's some kind of magic going a little bit. Dallas looks like they are up off the bench and watching this comeback in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Hipple's gone all the way for Detroit. Here's a fake reverse, and he is smothered under by Ed Jones.
That was that same one they ran earlier. It's a little naked play. Dallas runs it in their offense as well. They're trying to slip the fullback out in the flat and dropping the ball. Big Too-Tall was there.
There's a flag down at the 45-yard line of Detroit.
See all that misdirection, but it didn't fool Big Too-Tall. He was sitting there ready to eat it up.
Offensive holding. Is that the, let's see what the call is.
Look at Big Ed Too-Tall. He's looking down on everybody to see what's wrong. How's the weather up there, Ed?
I mean, you run a play like that, he could throw you into the lower seat.
Oh, yeah, he is. He tried boxing once. He got thrown into the seat, so he gave it up.
Report on the Lions hurt. Kofer has cramps, which is good news. A sprained ankle for McNorton.
Holding, number 50, defense, 1st down.
Must have grabbed the back. Rohr, that's Jeff Rohr, number 50, must have grabbed the guy coming out.
The young man from Yale. Catch one of those Ivy Leaguers doing that.
I'm surprised at you, Ailey.
Desperation time. It's 1st and 10 now. Facing Hipple. 6:21 on the clock. High formation. The give to Wilbert Montgomery. Wilbert stacks up at the 45. Dutton under there. Lockhart under there. Remember, the Cowboys live with this great defensive line, and they are proud men. They're not only great players, they are proud. I'm talking about Dutton and Ed Jones and Randy White.
And the young fella, the only youngster, the only guy under 30 years old, Jim Jeffcoat. You got a 32-year-old defensive tackle, a 34-year-old defensive tackle, and a 34-year-old defensive end.
2nd down and 6. 5:45, and the clock is running. The blitz is on. Who went too early? Safety came up, got into the slot clink scale, I believe, but flags are flying.
I think David Jones, the offensive right guard, jumped on that. He got a little nervous. Maybe not. David Jones. Remember old
False
David?
start prior to the snap. Number 51, offense, still second down.
Jones did jump. Boy, Coach, you catch it all. 10 penalties for Detroit.
Yeah.
That's
David.
Dorney, the big Pro Bowl tackle. They have played very well, this group.
They have done a great job. Hey,
Mock.
when you're leading, hey, whatever you've done has been good enough. And no one ever said you had to be the best team to win. Just win.
Well, second down, and 11 on the 41. 5:26 on the clock. The power play off the right. Wilbert turned back inside, grabbed by Mike Hegman, and collared up.
Boy, Mike Hagman made a super play fighting off the block of the fullback that time and spun right back into it. Very nice play.
Want to go for a crucial play? Is this the one coming up?
Hagman's really right there, Tom. He's the veteran of that group. I mean, he's the real solid citizen, and he showed his experience that time, whipping the blocker and wheeling back into it.
What do you come in with now? Your six-pack or the 7 defensive backs? What is it?
Well, if I was Dallas, I'd go after him with everybody. I'd bring everybody in the kitchen sink, the guy that sells the hot dogs, the whole works.
Third down and 10.
What do you got to lose?
4:40. The clock is running. Dallas obviously does not want to waste any of their timeouts, and Detroit just wants to get a first down and go home alive. Third down and 10. They're all coming. They're not coming.
They bluffed it.
Triple finds an open receiver, Leonard Thompson.
Big play.
Leonard Thompson.
They bluffed the blitz. See the two guys in there, 50 and 59 and 40? They were bluffing. Didn't fool Hippel. He goes ahead and hits that zone right now. I think the defender fell down chasing him. He's up inside. Leonard Thompson has the first down, a critical, crucial first down.
Rogers loves that one.
Look at him. He's starting to smile already.
First and 10 in Dallas territory at the 43-yard line. More time now to get off the clock. Straight ahead, Alvin Moore, obtained from the Colts. Used to play with Coach Rogers at Arizona State.
That's right.
Tom Landry. Early in the game, Tom Landry couldn't believe it. Maybe he could. He's seen so many times after a big game, a big win, these things happen. Interception became a field goal. A fumble became a TD, then interception, punt, fumble, TD, interception, TD.
Same thing that happened to the 49ers in Minnesota last week.
Second down and 7. The ball is on the 39 of Dallas. On this handoff, Hippel has to run with it, and he slides safely at the 38.5-yard line. Rohr made sure.
I think that was a breakdown on Wilbert's part. I think Montgomery went the wrong way.
Clock is stopped on that at 2:53. Dallas timeout. They have to get it stopped.
You know,
Third down facing the Lions right now. 26-14. 2:53.
And it's obvious he's done it.
This is a play. 2:53 on the clock and a third down and 7 to go on the 39-yard line of Dallas. Hippel making up plays as he goes. No flags are down. Hippel going for it all. For Chadwick. Intercepted. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. Oh, no, they're going to call it on the 2. His impetus carried him into the end zone. That should come out to the 20.
Sure looked like it to me.
Everson Walls makes a tremendous leaping interception. And there's going to be an argument on this. Landry may come all the way to this sidelines on this one.
They were coming after him with a safety blitz, and it was picked up nicely, and he laid it up deep, which I think is a good throw and a good call and a good idea to do, but the great defense right here, and he comes down with the football right there on the 1-yard line.
Oh, impetus of the receiver, which is in this case the interceptor, should bring that ball out to the 20-yard line. They'll be reviewing that one.
His knee did hit, though, at the 1. His knee, Tom, did touch the ground at the 1-yard line.
Landry is not complaining a lot, because I've never seen him jump up and down on his hat. Rogers is happy with it. What happened? 2:44 left. As you can see, tension mounts.
Did you notice Darrell go over to the offensive line coach, Bill Muir, who's wearing a headset, and give a few words to the guys up in the press box? There's a way to get the message home. Yeah, see, they're backing off. No blitzing.
Hogenboom in the end zone, trailing 26-14. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Trying for Tony Hill, knocked away by Detroit. Roosevelt Barnes. Let's go to Brent Musburger in position.
And they played better than they did last week against Pittsburgh.
Detroit's next opponent, the Indianapolis Colts, here in Detroit. Wow, big long way to go for Dallas. 2:39 left. Hogenboom with no rush, no room either. James Jones, who accepted the ball but didn't try to run it. Seaman is talking to Hogenboom, who seems to be running it.
Delay a game, number 14, offense, still second down.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
He runs around there like he's sort of the general in the trench, doesn't he? The young people, right now, it's 26-14. Hogenboom has gotten 2 touchdown passes in this fourth quarter, and he is nailed to the wall this time. He is back as deep as you can be. He dumps it off, and it's knocked off the hands of number 29, Levette, and almost intercepted by McNorton. I thought, well, that's what you have to put up with. 3rd down and 10. From the end zone, from the shotgun, Hogenboom on the run. Good pass to Cosby at the 20. Cosby out of bounds at the 23.
You know, and watching this football game from this, fourth quarter on, maybe it's just the mental frame of mind of the two teams, but really Hogenboom, it isn't close between who the quarterback was today, is it?
Well,
let's start a controversy.
I don't think there's any controversy. I really think Danny White
had a bad thumb.
Has a bad thumb, and,
yeah.
and when a person isn't able to play up to their ability, sometimes better to give them a chance to rest it.
He should have told him sooner.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, should have let him know.
Sound like a coach. I'll be there.
Well, that's true. Some players won't tell you when they're hurt. Hey, you know that.
Sure. 26-14. Detroit. A big win for Detroit. It will be 2-0 if they can pull this off. Out to James Jones. Jones to about the 24-yard line. Harrell making the tackle. Now, I'll tell you, for an outmanned, injured bunch of defensive players, Rogers' defense has really carried itself high today.
The thing is, those guys that were injured played today.
Hogenboom throwing on every play. Cosby at the midfield, driving the big tight end, carries it to the 46-yard line.
Are enjoying this.
If the team can come back, they've done it in the last minute. Detroit has earned the position they're in right now. Hogenboom, the screen to Jones. Inside the 40 to the 39.
Tony Dorsett must be hurt. I can't believe he's not in there. That's Tony Dorsett's favorite play. That's the one I was talking to you about earlier. I've seen that thing go the distance.
Hogenboom back to throw. Overthrows Renfro at the 19-yard line.
There's Tony. Hey, there's no bandages on him, no blood.
Back now to Brookie.
Boy, Houston playing tough against Washington, maybe almost put it knocked away from Cosby. Hogenboom threw it for Cosby, and the Detroit guys went after the football and came out with it.
How many times have we complimented Angelo King, number 92, for making a nice play? That's about, I think, the 5th or 6th time today that he's come up with a crucial big play on defense.
Cosby has 10 catches for 150 yards, and Tony Hill has had 11 catches, and the Cowboys still trail by 12. 1:26 left. Detroit 26, Dallas 14. 4th down and 3. Right on the 40-yard line. Dropped over the middle. Levette takes it, spins to the 30.5-yard line. Roosevelt Barnes making sure as the clock continues to run. Hogenboom bringing him up quickly, back into the shotgun. 4-man rush. Hogenboom dancing. Finds the out of bounds over.
Get out of bounds. That's it.
Jones getting out
He
of
has to
bounds
get out
at
of
the
bounds.
20.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys, 1 minute left, 26-14. Hogaboom is moving his team. Outside. Jones out of bounds inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, 5 seconds they used up on that play. The guy's working the clock real well. Dallas always does a great job in this 2-minute stuff. If I was going to hire a head coach to coach my team the last 2 minutes of the game, I'd hire that guy.
You mean Coach Landry?
Yeah.
He's got a job. He's got a job.
I know it, but I'm just going to give him another one. Coach my team in the last 2 minutes. Come on, play.
Danny White was over helping Jimmy Schaffner and the coach come up with something. Danny White's quite a quarterback. He's got a bad thumb, and I wonder how severely that is injured.
I don't know, but he doesn't get to call the plays any other time, so he's probably really excited about this.
55 seconds left. Second down and 5 on the 14. Hogaboom under pressure, running, tackle at the 12-yard line. Mike Topher's back in the game, I'd say. Behind the man with the headphones. There he is, Wayne Fonz. Third down and 2. Hogaboom. Great throw to Cosby. That's a 3.5, call it. What a target to find.
Now, here's the trouble. Do you stay in the shotgun now on the goal line, first and goal to go, or you... Look at this. They got to stay in the shotgun.
Clock is running, as you can see. Hogaboom will try to stop it. He'll get the touchdown running.
Did you see how he went in and put that down?
Gary Hogaboom has 2 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown in 1 quarter of football. 26-20. Rogers picks up the tempo a little bit on the sideline.
Can you imagine the controversy in Detroit tomorrow? It starts all over again then.
Hogaboom, a 2-yard run for a touch. 20 seconds left. Safety and kicking. Hogaboom holding. He's doing about everything for Dallas right now, isn't he? It's good.
Yeah. Now, here he is back in the shotgun there at number 14. We're talking about, see, they pick up the blitz inside real nice. He sees that little hole, and up it goes. Now, watch him put the ball down. That's it. That was a kick. Here it is from the end. Angelo King, number 92, getting up in there. James Wayans, 59, getting up in there. He gets blocked. Look at this. So simple. Boom. Put it down.
99 yards. He can kick with his left foot or his right.
That's what he told us. He said he can kick field goals with his left foot.
Down at the 49-yard line. Alvin Moore. Seconds left. Atlanta 7, San Francisco nothing.
Holy mackerel.
Denver.
I'll tell you this, Atlanta is a better football team than people give them credit for, Tom, and you and I both said that last week. Green Bay up 3. I like Green Bay, too. I did 3 of their games at the end last year when they won 7-8. They're a good football team.
San Diego over Seattle. Don't forget, stay with us here on CBS, and you're going to get one of those ball games to finish off this great Sunday afternoon.
You know, Darrell Rogers hasn't even sold his home in Arizona yet, nor bought one here. It looks like he ought to buy one here, huh?
Yeah, I think he's going to be around for a while.
He better buy his house.
17 seconds left. They don't have to put it in play. If he kneels down, the quarterback, it is over. Timeout. Dallas burns it. Look at this. Tom Landry is still trying to figure out some way of getting the ball and putting it over.
He's an institution in the National Football League, and I don't think there's a man in the profession that doesn't really respect him, both as a coach and as a person.
How about when you looked across the field the first time and said, my gosh, I'm coaching against Tom Landry?
That scared me to death. Because, you know, when I went into coaching in high school, he was coaching pro ball. You turn the television set on, he was coaching pro football. I was at Hillsdale High, you know.
And you know, Stautner and Stollers, all those guys have been with him so long.
Yeah.
Jim Myers.
Jim Myers, assistant head coach, been with him 24 years. Prime mistakes.
So you're giving up that experience, and of course, I imagine Darrell Rogers felt pretty much the same way too, even though he didn't tell, you know, he didn't want to talk about it like that.
He had to. He's congratulating Coach Baker right there. Rex Norris, the defensive line coach.
Don't forget, coming up next, either the Giants in Green Bay, well, that's close already, Atlanta, San Francisco. Atlanta leading the 49ers or you'll see New Orleans, Denver, or maybe Minnesota, Tampa Bay. 17 seconds.